get ready to take on the New York Yankees. Nesson brings it to you live. Hello and welcome to the beginning of a big weekend here in Boston. Tom Caron along with Sam Horn. Doesn't matter where the standings are. Both teams obviously in playoff contention right now, so it's always exciting when they go at it.
Always exciting, and of course everyone, I think it's more for the fans. The players know what they have to do, which is basically be whoever their opponent is, but the fans, this is basically for them right now.
All right, here's the pitching matchup tonight as Curt Schilling tries to get it started in style. Unbeaten at Fenway Park, 8-1 since May 19th. He's been the real deal going up against John Leiber, who's had an up-and-down season, but you got to love what Schilling has done for this team.
You want to continue to go out and jump on an early lead for him. The magnitude of the game is one thing, but I think once you go head on and lead him into a lead, he can go out there and comfortably do what he has to do.
Interesting lineup, trying to get some offense in support of Curt Schilling tonight. Mark Bellhorn played both games of the day-night doubleheader yesterday, so he gets the night off. Jason Varitek takes a spot in the lineup, batting second. It's just the 8th time he's done that, according to Elias Sports Bureau, and he hasn't done it since August of 2000. Ricky Gutierrez made his Red Sox debut and went 1 for 3 last night. Will take the field position of Mark Bellhorn at second base. Derek Jeter, a late addition to the lineup. He came out, took batting practice, made his case with Joe Torre, and sure enough, the gamer's in there.
Once again, a guy who's going to make late-minute heroics. The last series, he did it going into the stands. He's coming out of the stands into the game this time.
All right, so Curt Schilling will try to go up and go through at this lineup as we get it started. Game 1 of 3 between the Sox and Yanks at Fenway. First pitch coming up next.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extramart has all your bases covered. Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extramart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
All this month at Extramart, Pringles are specially priced at just 2 for $3. Pringles, once you pop, you just can't stop.
Priced right and ready to go, Extramart is always a home run. This ought to top up your afternoon nicely.
Don't say no bad words, cause you ain't no puppet shout. Always use good manners when you're eating a sloppy jow. Yeah, go on and on and on and on.
Mr. Jiggyfly, I have good news.
You enjoyed it then?
No, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Whether you play the ponies or run down the hounds, Hinsdale goes the extra mile with a winning experience. Count on great food, a clean, comfortable atmosphere, and impeccable customer service. Watch and wager on live greyhound racing and OTB action from the country's top thoroughbred, harness, and greyhound tracks. Hinsdale Greyhound Park and OTB is only 5 minutes off I-91 with live 1 p.m. matinees every day except Tuesdays and under the lights Saturdays at 8. Visit HinsdaleGreyhound.com for details. Hinsdale Greyhound Park and OTB, Route 119, Hinsdale, New Hampshire.
For the largest selection of gas and diesel motorhomes in New England, it's USRV.
Celebrate America with a USRV. This 2005 Fleetwood Fiesta 26-foot motorhome or 26-foot Tioga, your choice. Only $491 monthly, no money down. Or this 2005 Airstream 19-foot Bambi, only $269 monthly, no money down.
Quantity, quality, and price. It's USRV. My name is Marty, and we make better deals.
Ice plus mocha plus real espresso equals infinitely better mood.
Here's Bernie and Phil Suede So Soft Microfiber for you. Do you like stylish good looks?
Do you like furniture that's tough and durable?
That resists wear, fading, and is easy to clean.
Wait until you see the price.
Suede So Soft sofas start at just $516.
So, is our microfiber for you?
Come in and see for yourself.
Bernie and Phil, quality, comfort, and price. That's nice.
Of the 3-game series. What a weekend in Boston. Red Sox and Yankees, and of course the convention coming to the Fleet Center, and already a lot of the folks who are coming to town for the convention are here. We've seen a number of familiar political faces in attendance here at Fenway Park tonight, and they all look on as the Red Sox take the field. The Yankees bring the best record in the American League to Fenway. They're 60-34. Their lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They have Bernie Williams in center field leading off. Derek Jeter is the shortstop. Gary Sheffield in right field hits third. Alex Rodriguez, the cleanup hitter, in third baseman. Jason Giambi is at first base. Jorge Posada, the catcher, batting sixth. Then Hideki Matsui in left field. Enrique Wilson is the second baseman. And the center fielder Kenny Lofton will bat ninth against Curt Schilling.
Schilling 12-4 on the season. The 3.04 ERA is second best in the league. Schilling has 125 strikeouts, and that puts him third behind Johan Santana and Pedro Martinez in that category. Second start of the year for Schilling against the Yankees. He faced him early in April, and in that game he went 6 1/3 innings, only giving up 1 earned run. And in his career against New York in regular season play, 2-2.
Red Sox have played good defense lately. They've played error-free ball in 8 of their last 9 games. They have Manny Ramirez in left field tonight, Johnny Damon in center, and Trot Nixon in right. Bill Miller, the third baseman, Nomar Garcia-Parra at shortstop. Newcomer Ricky Gutierrez at second base. Kevin Millar at first, and Jason Varitek is behind the plate. Tim Timmons, the home plate umpire. Bruce Fremming, the crew chief, at first. Hunter Wendelstedt at second. And Mike Winters at third. Tim Timmons should have a pretty easy night back there tonight. These two pitchers have thrown more strikes on a percentage basis than any two pitchers in the majors this year. 69% of Schilling's pitches this year have been strikes. 71% of John Leiber's have been strikes.
Only 21 walks for Schilling on the season and 6 walks for John Leiber. So you know one thing coming in, they're both going to be around the plate.
And you hope, as they are, that those pitches are called strikes. Do you think Schilling is nervous with the realization that this is his first appearance on Friday Night Baseball?
I think more than anything, Sean, more than all the politicians in town, more than the fact that it's the Yankees, it is his first appearance on Friday Night Baseball.
And a moment to reflect on that for Schilling before he goes to work against the Yankees. Both teams come in off wins. The Red Sox, the 4-0 victory in the second half of the day-night doubleheader against the Orioles yesterday. Joe Torre's Yankees won in dramatic fashion, 1-0 in the bottom of the ninth in New York yesterday against Toronto on a walk-off home run by Ruben Sierra. Bernie Williams to get this one started. Delighted to have you with us. The Red Sox try to help get your weekend off to a great start. First pitch of the night from Schilling is chopped down to Millar. With the backhand on to Schilling for the out. First pitch at 7:09. Williams was originally going to hit second tonight. Derek Jeter was not in the original lineup posted by Joe Torre. He's playing with a cracked bone in his left hand. He was hit by a pitch a few days ago. Jeter came out for batting practice, took some swings, and told Torre he was ready to play. So Miguel Cairo was scratched. Enrique Wilson, who was originally going to play shortstop in Jeter's place, playing second base. And Jeter in the lineup hitting second, and after a very slow start to the year, hitting .278. More home runs than we're accustomed to seeing from Jeter at this time of the year. 14 and 49 runs batted in. He goes after the first one and pops it up. Damon in left center. Well, I guess the Yankees knew Schilling was going to throw strikes. They've gone up there swinging at the first two pitches of the night.
It's exactly what you highlighted, Sean. Both guys tonight throw strikes, and you might see a lot of hitters on both teams going after that first pitch, especially if it's a fastball. 2 fastballs from Schilling and 2 quick outs.
Now Gary Sheffield at .296, 19 homers and 68 runs batted in. He's tied for 8th in the league in runs batted in, tied for 9th in homers. He takes the ball high. Big swing, as is usually the case from Sheffield. He fouled it back onto the screen. These two quite familiar with each other. Both Schilling and Sheffield spent the bulk of their careers in the National League. And Sheffield 11 for 55 lifetime against Schilling, a .200 average. Just one homer in 55 at bats against Curt, who's ahead in the count after another foul ball, 1-2.
When the Red Sox set up their rotation around the All-Star break, they wanted to make sure Schilling worked in this series against the Yankees. It's only the second time, as I mentioned, he's faced them this year.
Crowd into it early, hoping for a 1-2-3 first. And it's a ball low. Red Sox will send Schilling, Bronson Arroyo, and Derek Lowe in the series against the Yankees. Hit high in the air and deep to left, and a home run. Line shot underneath the Coke bottles. Schilling lines a 2-2 pitch out of here, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
And it was a 2-2 curveball from Schilling. The first curveball he's thrown tonight. It had been all fastballs, one splitter, and then the curveball of Sheffield, and Sheffield jumps all over it. His second home run in his career off Schilling, and 20th of the season. There's that curveball, and Sheffield right down with it, just about knee high.
20th homer, 69 runs batted in now for Sheffield. That was career home run number 399 for Gary Sheffield. That ties him with the great Al Kaline for 38th place on Major League Baseball's all-time list. A-Rod up there with a count of 1-1. He took a ball low and then a breaking ball for a strike. 274 for Rodriguez. Disappointing average, but the usual power numbers: 24 homers, 61 runs batted in. Out ahead of the changeup.
You know, Sean, all last offseason you kept hearing about A-Rod and everybody else in the Yankees, and nobody was talking about Sheffield. Sheffield, a pretty good player, and has had a pretty good year for him.
Great player. A guy who's inching his way toward the numbers to make the claim that he's a Hall of Fame player. Now the 2-2 to A-Rod. Nubbed foul. He hasn't done much against the Red Sox this year. Of course, a lot of the games were very early in the season when Rodriguez was adjusting to life as a Yankee under the intense scrutiny. And as A-Rod says, he just wasn't playing very well back then. He's been much better since the early going. There's 225 against Boston this year. Ball low. Schilling retired the first two batters with one pitch each. He's thrown 11 pitches since to Sheffield and Rodriguez. But his payoff to A-Rod is strike three. Excellent pitch on the outside corner. Well, the Yankees have the lead on the home run by Sheffield after a half inning, 1-0 New York. Line shot underneath.
Dude, what do you got in that thing? I got an amp, guitar, surfboard, ladder, and 12 2x4s.
Velocity meets versatility. The all-new Hemi-powered Dodge Magnum. Open it up from either end.
Want more? Get more at the Summer Sales Drive. Grab an all-new Hemi-powered Dodge Magnum with $1,000 in bonus cash.
hotel.
Bluetooth wireless technology.
Dial.
And voice-activated navigation.
Do you need directions?
No thanks. I got them.
You are not alone. Introducing the all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL.
The Yankees lead 1-0 on a home run by Gary Sheffield. Now the Red Sox getting ready to come to bat. Their lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines with more than 2,800 nonstop daily flights to 60 destinations all across the country. The Red Sox have Johnny Damon in center field leading off. Jason Varitek hitting second tonight at catching. David Ortiz, the DH. Manny Ramirez in left field. Nomar Garciaparra, the shortstop. Trot Nixon in right. Then Kevin Millar at first base batting seventh. Bill Miller is the third baseman. And rookie Gutierrez, the second baseman, will bat ninth against John Leiber, 34-year-old right-hander, who was ready to go to work in his first pitch of the night, a ball outside of Johnny Damon.
One game over 507 and 6, but you see the opponent's batting average 314. A lot of hits, 114 and 89 and 2/3. But as Sean mentioned, doesn't walk anybody. Only 6 walks in the season. No decision earlier in this year at Yankee Stadium, a game the Yankees won 4-2.
That was his only appearance against the Red Sox on June 30th. He pitched well in that game. Gave up just 2 runs in 6 innings, left with the Yankees trailing 2-0. New York came back to win that game 4-2. Leiber not involved in the decision. The 2-1 to Damon is up and away. Leiber has never pitched at Fenway Park before. 303 for Damon, 12 homers, 48 runs batted in. Hit hard right at Giambi, who went down to a knee. The Yankees not particularly good defensively either. For the .982 fielding percentage, they are 9th in the American League in that category. They have Hideki Matsui in left, Kenny Lofton in center, Sheffield in right, Rodriguez, Jeter, Wilson, Giambi the infield, and Posada behind the plate. Leiber was ready to go to work quickly. Varitek decided it was a bit too quickly, and he stepped out for a moment. Jason batting second tonight with Mark Bellhorn out of the lineup. 278 for Varitek, 11 homers and 39 runs batted in. Broken bat in the direction of Giambi. A tricky hop. He has time to get it to Leiber for the out.
Well, you may see a lot of that tonight. Red Sox hitters stepping out. That first game that Leiber pitched at Yankee Stadium, and of course what you see so far tonight, doesn't waste any time. He gets back, he wants to get into a rhythm, and you may see some Red Sox hitters at times stepping out, trying to disrupt that rhythm.
Leiber on the way back from Tommy John surgery, which he had in August of '02, sat out all of last year. Now David Ortiz, 3 for 7 in the doubleheader yesterday to raise his average to 305. 26 homers, 87 runs batted in. He now shares the league lead in ribbies with Miguel Tejada of the Baltimore Orioles. Leiber working quickly and throwing strikes. It's 0-2. Leiber, born in Council Bluffs, Iowa, right across the Missouri River from Omaha, Nebraska. He lives now in Mobile, Alabama. And Ortiz has a hit.
A lot of times guys that do throw strikes do give up 0-2 base hits because they're always around the plate. That looked like a little cut fastball or a slider from Leiber on the 0-2 count that Poppy Ortiz rifles up the middle for the base hit. So Ortiz now 3 for 6 against Leiber with a home run.
Surprised Poppy didn't keep running 2 triples yesterday among his 3 hits.
Yeah. He's a little winded after that second one.
First career 2 triple game came in the afternoon game yesterday, giving him 3 triples for the season, the most he's ever had in one major league season. Ramirez takes a strike on the inside corner. He's the American League leader in homers by 1 over Ortiz with his 27. And he leads in slugging. He's second in total bases, third in on-base percentage. Fourth with 79 runs batted in, and fourth in the league in hitting at .333. We just put a dent in the Bank of America sign back there on the backstop. There are the home run numbers. It's a very crowded race for the home run crown in the American League. That's a new sign back there, too, that just recently became Bank of America instead of Fleet. And already some damage. Change up and a good one. Ramirez out ahead of it for strike 3. After 1, New York 1, Boston nothing.
Bristol Toyota is proud to announce its summer Camry clearance sale. How about a new 2004 Camry equipped, not stripped, with automatic transmission, AC, power windows and locks, CD, and more, all for $199 a month. This is not a lease. You own it. Bristol Toyota, the area's only 16-year President's Award dealer, has expanded its showroom and lot and is sure to have the new or certified pre-owned car you're looking for. And they'll do whatever it takes to earn your business. Also, be sure to visit RINewCarAds.com for more summer clearance specials. What are you waiting for? See why Bristol Toyota is the dealer where friends send friends every day.
What would you do with a Nesson All-Access Pass to the ballpark? Visit a Friendly's restaurant near you and find out. If you enter and win the Friendly's Fantasy Sweepstakes, you'll arrive at the game in a limo. Watch the team take batting practice from the field. Throw out the first pitch in front of thousands of fans. Visit the Nesson broadcast booth. And then enjoy the rest of the game from Nesson's Luxury Suite. Enter at your nearest Friendly's restaurant, and your Friendly's fantasy could come true.
It's a hurricane warning, folks. Category 5. Severe coastal flooding and
Grab whatever you can. Meet me back here. Bye,
crazy, baby?
Hey, baby doll.
No. We're gonna die.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
He's bad with a 1-0 lead, and Jason Giambi leads off. He takes a belt-high strike. Giambi has not felt well through much of the season. His batting average reflects the fatigue. .224, 11 homers, 36 runs batted in. And what a battery of tests the last couple of days. He's not feeling any better as a result of those 2 strike calls either. I don't expect all of the test results back for a few days, but they've even tested him for cancer. He has not played in the last 2 Yankee games. He was diagnosed with an intestinal parasite on June 29. Missed 8 straight games back in late June and early July, and it's been a mystery exactly what's wrong with him. Joe Torre says he keeps saying he feels better, but he's clearly not yet 100%. Look out.
Schilling sending a message 0-2 up and in at Giambi. They try to get Giambi out inside anyway, but a little extra something on that one from Schilling.
And a little pop-up with the shift on. It's Bill Millar who had to come all the way over to where he ordinarily would be to make the catch for the first out of the second.
Well, fans enter the Benjamin Moore Green Monster giveaway. You could win 4 Green Monster seats for a Sox game, $500 in cash, and a chance to watch an inning from inside the Green Monster. Look for entry forms at any participating Benjamin Moore retailer. There's no purchase necessary, and the contest ends August 8th.
Well, that'll be your view from inside the Green Monster. That's where that camera is. Who's operating that camera tonight? Mike Pomeroy in there. I think back in the day you might have encountered a rodent or 2 in there, but as they spruced up Fenway Park, they've helped to eliminate that problem.
Well, that's really become a tourist attraction out there now inside.
All kind of autographs from players that have visited Fenway Park.
Jorge Posada hitting .266. He's battled injuries this year and his production down. Of course, that is a big spot on the tour of Fenway Park and a big attraction, but it's nothing compared to Rem Dogs on Yawkey Way, which I experienced for the first time here tonight.
Did you enjoy it?
It's awesome. For once, you might actually pick up a meal, but I usually had to reach into my wallet for a Rem Dog.
For those unaware, it's right across from Gate D on Yawkey Way. And we're in our third day of operation. It's been great.
If tonight's any indication, it's a smash hit. I mean, it was packed. The owner was there, John Henry, Larry Lucchino, Mike D, all the brass. You know, they could eat any place they want in the ballpark. And yet they were at Rem Dogs. There's a look back at the opening a couple of nights ago. Rem Dogs for all. Ceremonial ribbon cutting. Look at the huge throng that day.
Well, the Red Sox have done a great job making that area a nice place for fans to visit and enjoy before the game.
Now, I made the mistake of eating because, of course, it wasn't a mistake. The Phantom Gourmet caters for us every Friday night. It was awesome. But I was not able to eat down at your establishment because I had just had the Phantom Gourmet dinner. And maybe about the 6th or 7th inning, will they still be open?
Yeah.
Send someone down for a Rem Dog or a Rem Pup. Swing and a miss. Posada strikes out. Second K for Schilling. And 2 outs here in the second with New York leading 1-0.
I'll bet a curveball here from Schilling. It's down and out of the strike zone. The one to Sheffield that he hit for home run stayed about knee high. But this one, a sharp break to it, and he picks up the strikeout.
Now Hideki Matsui, he's been slumping lately. 3 for his last 24. His average down to .284, 18 homers and 60 runs batted in. He was an all-star again this year. His second consecutive all-star game appearance. He won the internet voting to select the final roster spot. 0 for 1 in the game. He's in the hole here. 0-2 at Schilling. And Matsui slaps one away.
Been a few Yankees that have been in some slumps. Matsui 3 for his last 24. Giambi 0 for his last 18. Bernie Williams 4 for his last 47. But they continue to win.
Only St. Louis has a better record than all of Major League Baseball, and they're just a half game better. Yankees 60-34. St. Louis 61-34.
That man right there, Tony Clark, he's filled in very nicely for Giambi when he hasn't been able to play.
He's a nice guy, but where was that when he played for the Red Sox?
Injuries hurt him here.
Good for him that his career has been resurrected when it looked like he might be on the way out. Clark and the Yankees have won 9 of their last 12. They come to town with an 8.5 game lead. It's the largest lead that they've had after 94 games since 1998. When they were 14 games ahead of the Red Sox. That year they were 69-25. 9 games better than their pace this season. If you're looking for reasons why, there's one of the biggest, maybe the biggest, Jerry. Joe Torre. He just sets a professional tone that the players follow. Millar makes the play unassisted. A 1-2-3 inning for Schilling after an inning and a half. 1-0 New York.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for. The Ford Authorized Clearance. Now get up to $5,000 total cash back on the built Ford Tough Super Duty. Or 0% financing plus $1,000 upfit reimbursement for qualified commercial customers. Plus $1,000 Ford credit clearance cash. Ford Super Duty is the one with the most pulling power and torque in its class. Now it's the one with up to $5,000 total cash back. It's the Ford Authorized Clearance. Only at your New England Ford dealer.
Do you want me? Do you really want me? I bet you think you can't afford me.
Time for new furniture? Then it's time to save at Albert's. Pay no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments for 18 months. Albert's, just what you're looking for in a furniture store.
Important advice from Lovett, Sheffrin, Harnett.
If you've been injured on the job, make sure a lawyer, not your employer's insurance company, protects your rights. File an accident report immediately, especially if there were no witnesses. And remember, you have the right to see your own doctor at your employer's expense.
Call Lovett, Sheffrin, Harnett, the Workers' Compensation Law Firm. 863-8800.
McDonough, Jerry Remy, Dan Roach along shortly at Fenway Park. Nomar after the first pitch at the bottom of the second. And he is safe, beating the throw from Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod had a long way to go to make that play on a very slow roller by Garciaparra. With Nomar's speed, he's going to beat it at first base. Goes to the glove, transfers to the throwing arm, but Nomar hustling all the way down the line just beats it at first base. Little top spin grounded on that third base line.
Well, it looks like that Achilles is pretty much in good shape now.
Yeah, you know what happens, Sean? If he plays like 5-6 days in a row, he starts to get sore on him. But overall, much, much better than when we first saw him return to the lineup.
And a nice way to begin his 31st birthday. Nomar turns 31 today. Had a memorable game on his birthday back in 2002 against Tampa Bay. First game of a doubleheader. He went 3 for 4 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in a 22-4 rout of the Devil Rays. Perhaps he'll have a similarly happy birthday here tonight. He's at first with nobody out. Rod Nixon takes a fastball for a strike. Here's a flashback to 2002. Three homers, one of them a grand slam. Nixon peels one foul, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 275 for Trot, 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. He's due to hit a homer. It's been more than a month. His last round tripper was on June 22nd against Minnesota. 67 at bats since his last home run. That was off Carlos Silva. Ball down and in from John Leiber, 1-2. The Red Sox will not see the best starting pitchers for the Yankees in this series. Kevin Brown and Mike Messina injured. It'll be Leiber, Tanyan, Sturtz, and Jose Contreras. They've really had their way with Contreras the last couple of years. And he's a happier man and pitching better since he was reunited with his family a while back.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how he fares against the Red Sox this time. They may see a better Contreras probably than they've ever seen. Every Red Sox player says he's got great stuff.
Check swing and the ball in the dirt. No swing, said Mike Winters down at third base. 2-2 on Nixon. It'll be Contreras against Derek Lowe here on Sunday night. That's the ESPN National game. At 8:05. Tomorrow is a Fox National game at 3:15. Bronson Arroyo against Tanyan Sturtz. Ripped down the right field line. Fair ball into the right field corner. Garcia-Parra into third and being waved around by Dale Swain. He will score with ease on a double by Trot Nixon.
Trot Nixon gets a 2-2 slider out over the plate and hooks it hard right down that line. That breaking ball too high for a slider, right about belt high. No fan interference as it rattles around the corner, and even though they did try to interfere, and Nomar is able to score all the way from first base. He does look like he's running well, doesn't he?
Well, Nixon is hot, 9 for his last 22. Game tied at 1. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position, and Kevin Millar waved at strike 1. 276 for Kevin. 7 homers and 28 runs batted in. He homered yesterday in Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Orioles off Buddy Groom. Same swing, same result.
And a mix-up, a cross-up that time between Posada and Leiber. Posada very fortunate he caught that ball. I think he was expecting a fastball. He got a breaking ball and just barely did make the catch. And immediately Posada calling timeout and going out with Jeter and Leiber to get on the same page with the signs.
Great numbers from Millar against Leiber, 8 for 17. Leiber jammed him. It's a little pop-up in shallow right. Sheffield in to make the catch. One out. Here's Dan Roach.
All right, thank you very much, Sean. You know, much has been made about the fact that the Red Sox are 8.5 games behind the front-running Yankees coming into tonight's game in the American League East. But after last night's Red Sox win over Baltimore, I talked with Sox catcher Doug Mirabelli, and he says this weekend series, yes, the Sox-Yankees rivalry is great, but it's important for the Red Sox for a couple of different reasons.
I don't look at it as a Yankees series, you know, right now there's not so much riding on the AL East yet. You know, they're so far ahead of us that it's kind of like you peck away and hopefully you can get that deficit down a little bit, but more importantly, you get wins for the wild card.
Well, we interrupt Doug Mirabelli because of the home run by Bill Millar. A blast over the Yankee bullpen in right field. A 2-run homer, and the Red Sox lead 3-1 on Millar's 7th homer of the season. He has now driven in 31 runs.
Well, again, a Red Sox hitter being very aggressive. It looks like a changeup from Leiber that again stays up belt high, and Bill Millar crushes this ball out over the Yankee bullpen. For Leiber, that's home run number 11 given up on the season, but in this inning, Sean, he's made a couple of mistakes with both the breaking ball and changeup. He's left them up in the zone, and you're going to get hurt when you do that.
Mel Stottlemyre, their pitching coach, out to the mound. It started with a little nubber of an infield hit for Garcia-Parra, but then the well-struck double by Nixon. And the long homer by Millar, who had been scuffling coming in. Bill was 2 for 25 over the last 6 games. And that home run touches off the first. The Yankees are not very good chant of the night. Ricky Gutierrez, welcome to the rivalry. The fans love the fact that as the bat flew out of his hand, it went right into the Yankee dugout. He knows how to endear himself to the home folks right away. Fire your bat at the Yankees.
Now, why is Fenway different when the Yankees? You can always tell. Any other team, this ball goes in the dugout, they're all concerned that somebody might be hurt. Here it gets a standing ovation.
Gutierrez, 34-year-old veteran, acquired a couple of days ago from the Cubs. Called up from AAA Pawtucket yesterday, made the start at shortstop in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Went 1 for 3 with a double last night in the Red Sox 4-0 win. As we saw, he's a veteran of more than 1,000 Major League games. All are part of 12 Major League seasons with San Diego, Houston, the Cubs, Cleveland, the Mets, and now the Red Sox. A-Rod Throws him out, 2 down.
Yeah, one of the reasons Gutierrez in there tonight to give Bellhorn some time off has been struggling, but also he's 7 for 15 now off Leiber. He's had a lot of at-bats against him in the National League.
Bellhorn looking on as Gutierrez gets the start tonight at second base. 3 runs here in the second. The Red Sox lead 3-1. The top of the order, and Johnny Damon takes a strike. Johnny grounded out to the first baseman in the first. Now 0 for his last 16 and 4 for his last 34. A grass cutter to Jeter, and that ends the inning. But a good inning for Boston. 3 runs capped on the Millar homer. After 2, 3-1 Red Sox.
Civilization to find adventure. The 245 horsepower all-wheel drive Nissan Murano.
We enter the world and we're surrounded by people. We talk to them, listen to them. They become our teammates, co-workers, our favorite people in the world. Through it all, we learned something. What connects us most is our need to be connected. Remarkably, no one's taken all the ways people communicate and put them together, until now. Long distance, wireless, DSL, even satellite TV. And get up to 12 hit DVDs when you sign up for qualifying services.
Okay, over just a bit, Mom. Good. Now smile.
Splash Harbor, only at the lake.
Dad! 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 Ready for Zoomerang?
Not just yet, no.
Some of our best rides aren't. Garfield, only at the lake.
Who do you call when you need a car? Call 880-000-000. Lincoln Mercury of Raynham.
At Lincoln Mercury of Raynham, buy a brand new Grand Marquis for only $17,899. Or lease a new Mountaineer or Monterey for only $199 a month.
Call 508-880-000. Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. 508-880-000.
Bill Miller with a 2-run homer to give the Red Sox the lead. Highlighting a 3-run second, Gary Sheffield hit a solo homer in the first for New York. 3-1 Boston. Curt Schilling pitching with the lead for the first time tonight. And here's Enrique Wilson. He takes a strike. Here's the second baseman. Was going to play shortstop until they decided to put Jeter in the ball game about an hour before the first pitch. 2-13 for Wilson. Miguel Cairo wound up being scratched. And they determined that Jeter could play. 0-2. Wilson, the number 9 hitter, Kenny Lofton, and then back to the top and Bernie Williams. Slap down to third to Miller. 1 out. That's 5 in a row for Schilling, one of Boston's most popular.
Don't miss your chance to see the Red Sox of the future tomorrow night at 6 when the Portland Sea Dogs take on the Norwich Navigators live on NESN. Join Eric Fried and Bob Tewksbury from Hadlock Field in Portland, Maine for exciting minor league baseball.
Strike 1 to Kenny Lofton. If he can get to 0-2 with Lofton, that'll be 7 straight batters with an 0-2 count for the Yankees. Kenny hitting .293 in his first year with New York. He was originally going to be their leadoff hitter tonight. Until Jeter got the green light, that dropped Kenny down to 9th. It's like having 2 leadoff hitters. With Lofton at the bottom of the order.
Lofton with pretty good success against Schilling, 278 with one career home run.
Flicks it out of play to the left. There are the numbers Jerry was speaking of. Last time we saw the Yankees, some talk that Lofton really doesn't fit in with the Yankee way. Maybe he was starting to rub some people the wrong way. Fouled out of play to the left. Brian Cashman is their general manager. A lot of times when you're around the Yankees, you'll hear people say, well, this was a George move. And that's what we heard a lot about Lofton. It was really George Steinbrenner who wanted Lofton. Perhaps some of the others in the organization did not. He's played well for them with a .293 average. Golfs one down to first. Millar the play unassisted. 2 outs here in the third.
Well, the one thing about the Yankees, if you don't fit in, you're gone. We saw that with Raul Mondesi. Actually, played his last game, one of his last games right here at Fenway with the New York Yankees.
Just a very professional atmosphere. And if you don't fall in line with that professional approach, they will move you along. They're a lot like the Atlanta Braves in that regard. And they want everybody on the same page. If you're not, you can go play somewhere else. Bernie Williams looked at a strike. He grounded out his first time up. He pops one out of play to the left. That's another 0-2 count for Schilling. When we talk about the percentage of strikes, Schilling has thrown 42 pitches, 31 for strikes. That's 74%. Above his season percentage of 69, which is second best in the majors. Line toward the gap in the left center and off the wall. On a short hop, Manny will have to chase it up against the wall. And Bernie Williams has an easy 2-out double.
Well, we've seen both pitches ahead in the count a lot tonight, 0-2, and both guys, when they have 2 strikes, try to make quality pitches. It's not just waste one. They want to make a pitch to get somebody out. That time a cut fastball away from Bernie Williams, and he puts it off that scoreboard on a short hop out there in left field. Schilling in spring training saying that there's no such thing as an 0-2 waste pitch. It's a purpose pitch, and I'm trying to get somebody out 0-2. Now, that time Bernie Williams picked up the double against him.
Williams had been having a tough go of it lately. He was 4 for 48 before the double. He's in scoring position for Derek Jeter with 2 outs in the top of the third. The Red Sox leading 3-1. And a ball just inside on Jeter. He popped out in shallow center his first time up. He missed the last 2 games because of a small non-displaced fracture of the 5th metacarpal of his right hand. Jerry will get out his skeletons later on and explain to us exactly what that injury is. He was hit by a pitch Tuesday in Tampa. Line to left. Manny is there. A couple of steps back to make the catch. In the third, the Red Sox 3 and the Yankees 1.
If you play it, wear it, hit it, throw it, shoot it, or pass it, then you can get it at Olympia Sports, outfitting your family for over 28 years. Olympia's got you covered from head to toe with the hottest styles to keep you at the top of your game. Baseball season has arrived, and Olympia Sports is your headquarters with the best names in equipment, apparel, and footwear from Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour, Nike, and more. Get it at Olympia Sports. Shop with confidence, satisfaction guaranteed.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Damon Wayans, and I'm here to tell you, when you drink Specially Marked Pepsi, you could enter for a chance to play for $1 billion. Sorry, I said billion, not million. Cut! It is a billion. What? You mean $1 billion? Yes. As in 1,000 million? Mm-hmm. As in your own island with giraffes and stuff running around? Yeah. Where even my butlers can have a butler?
Yes. It's Pepsi's Play for $1 billion. Drink Pepsi and you could win the guaranteed million. Someone may even win $1 billion.
I could win $1 billion.
No, you are in this Pepsi commercial. You are not eligible.
Oh, I quit.
For the largest selection of gas and diesel motorhomes in New England, it's USRV. From Airstream, American Eagle, and Travel Supreme, it's USRV. From Monaco, Pace Arrow and Bounder, it's a Fleetwood product, and it's available at USRV.
Celebrate America with a USRV. Factory rebates up to $10,000.
Quantity, quality, and price. It's USRV. My name is Marty, and we make better deals.
On to the bottom of the third, the Red Sox hitting with a 3-1 lead, and John Leiber throws strike one to Jason Varitek. He grounded out his first time up. Varitek, Ortiz, and Ramirez in the third. Sean McDonough with Jerry Remy and Dan Roach. Do you think Roachy had a point he wanted to finish making when Doug Mirabelli's soundbite was playing, or did we kind of lose it in the moment there when Millar hit a home run?
I'm sure he'll bounce back strong and finish up whatever he has to get done.
A little unlucky on the timing of Roachy's first report of the night, but what can you do? Red Sox fans don't mind. They saw their man hit a home run.
Bill Millar shaving his head between games yesterday at the day-night doubleheader.
Varitek strikes out on a high fastball.
Boy, they've been doing that a lot to Jason Varitek recently. 83rd time now he struck out, and when they get ahead in the count, they're going upstairs, both left-handed and right-handed against Varitek. He's having an awfully tough time staying off that pitch.
David Ortiz, the batter, he singled to center with 2 outs in the first and was stranded. He looked at a ball up and away. This last Friday night out in Anaheim, David had a temperamental outburst after he was called out on strikes. Ejected from the game, threw some bats out on the field, and it was announced yesterday that he'll be suspended for 5 games pending an appeal, so he's going to continue to play until that appeal can be heard. Sometimes they drop it after a particularly important series, so it's possible he could play this weekend against the Yankees and then just accept the 5-game suspension.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever get to the appeal process. I think they'll try to find a spot where he can serve those 5 games that may at least hurt the Red Sox.
And the green light on 3-0 and carved it out of play to the left. And he was apologetic. He realized that he lost it. Apologized to the umpires. Just got caught up in the heat of the moment. He wasn't the only one upset with the umpire that night, the home plate umpire. Matt Hollowell. Pulled foul. It's a full count.
Yeah, we both felt like, somebody was going to blow a fuse in that game, and it was happened to be Ortiz toward the end of that game.
He does have a lot to say to the umpires when he's up there. Won't hesitate to voice his displeasure with a called strike, but he generally doesn't get very animated about it. Ball 4 just outside, and a rare walk issued by John Leiber. Just the 7th walk of the season.
The next 2 games between the Red Sox and Yankees are on national TV, but NESN returns to action Monday, live from Baltimore, as the Red Sox open up a 2-week road trip. Catch all the action starting at 6 as Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report.
Excellent cast in clubhouse. Manny Ramirez. A swing and a miss for strike one. He struck out swinging to end the first.
Sean, that was a breaking ball, a slider that time to Manny, but it looks like Leiber's fastball's got a little more jump on it than he had in that last game at Yankee Stadium.
Probably went out and had a rim pop at the Rim Docs and Hockey Way stand there before the game tonight. And a wild swing and a miss, 0-2.
Now, some of us sell hot dogs and some of us go on CNN.
Well, you were on CNN tonight.
Yeah, but you were the star.
Oh,
Inside politics.
So we have our souvenir button our newest best friend Judy Woodruff gave us. Jerry and I, for some reason, don't ask us why, were invited to appear on CNN's Inside Politics with Judy Woodruff. She was doing her show live today at 4 o'clock from the right field roof. Jerry asked some insightful questions like, who's running for president? Ramirez safe on the fielder's choice as Ortiz is erased 5-4.
David Ortiz never slid at second base, and I'll tell you what, he's lucky that Enrique Wilson didn't let that ball go, because it would have hit him right in the chest.
Maybe that's what they're talking about.
And the ground ball is to A-Rod. Now watch Enrique Wilson back off, and Ortiz never goes into a slide. And I think that kept Wilson from throwing the ball at first base. I don't think they would have got a double play. I don't know if there's some kind of injury involved why Ortiz did not slide at second base. Very dangerous.
Wasn't it Jorge Posada who took a throw right in the face for the Yankees earlier this season on a similar kind of play? Although he was actually trying to get down and just got a submarine throw right in the face. Omar had an infield hit and scored on a Trot Nixon double last inning. He took ball one inside this time around. Didn't you think Judy Woodruff was very nice?
Yeah, very pleasant. I enjoyed that a lot. I really did.
Hit on the ground down to third. Off the glove of A-Rod. He throws to second in time to get Ramirez. And in the inning. After 3, the Red Sox 3 and the Yankees 1.
You think of how accidents occur, how everything happens so fast. Then you think about how you can create anti-roll technology that reacts even faster. You think about that, then you build.
The Volvo XC90, the only SUV equipped with a roll stability control system to help prevent rollover and guided by conscience.
David Ortiz.
Hey, Smokey, for an old guy, you still got it. You're the man, Smokey. You're the man. Please join the Bangor Lumberjacks and the Maine Forest Rangers in celebrating Smokey's 60th birthday. And please do your part to prevent wildfires in Maine.
ECN, connecting you to all of New England. With news bureaus in Hartford, Connecticut.
Majority of people ask,
Manchester, New Hampshire.
House version establishes
Burlington, Vermont.
But the marketplace has found that many...
Worcester, Boston, the Cape, and now Portland, Maine. NECN reporter Kevin Kelly has Maine covered.
They will continue to have questions even after police officially close the books.
NECN. Tell it like it is.
Hi, I'm Steve Schumann. Thank you for making Charlie's Maine's #1 Nissan dealer.
Charlie's Nissan has Maine's biggest selection of Nissans. Come to Charlie's, Maine's #1 Nissan dealer to find the Nissan you're looking for at the right price for you. Whatever your needs, with Nissan, you can expect the exceptional. You'll find that exceptional Nissan at Maine's #1 Nissan dealer, Charlie's.
Come see why more than 6,000 customers a year buy cars and trucks at Charlie's.
See us first, see us last, but see us and save.
Inning here at Fenway Park. First of a 3-game series. Red Sox obviously need to take advantage of the head-to-head opportunities against the Yankees to cut into this 8.5-game deficit in the American League East. Gary Sheffield against Curt Schilling, and he whacks another one hard, this time foul. Boxed by a fan there in the luxury box.
You didn't expect anything different, did you?
No. Sheffield homered underneath the Coke bottles. A line homer in the first, the only run for the Yankees, one of their 2 hits against Schilling, who's now thrown a first pitch strike to 9 of the 12 Yankee hitters. Here comes back here. Veritek racing back to the screen and makes a nice backhanded catch right up against the wiring for the out.
Looked like Schilling may have got away with a high splitter that time. That Sheffield pops back, and Veritek right to the screen to make the catch. Off-speed pitch, tough to tell with a splitter, a straight change, but it was up above the belt. But Sheffield, first out of the inning.
Alex Rodriguez called out on strikes his first time up. Chops one up the middle. That'll get through. A base hit for A-Rod with one out.
Fans, you can help the fight against ALS by logging on to Curt'sPitch.com and pledging a $1 amount for every strikeout Curt Schilling registers this season. Fans who pledge $200 or more are given the opportunity to meet Curt at the end of the season at the Curt's Pitch reception. Log on to Curt'sPitch.com today and join the fight against ALS.
He deserves a lot of credit. He is very active in that fight against ALS. Which is just a gruesome disease. Jason Giambi, representing the tying run at the plate, takes a knee-high strike. He popped out to the third baseman, Bill Millar. Millar, with the shift on in the second inning, had a long way to run for that pop-up, and if he hits in the same spot, he'll have a long way to run again because they have the shift on again with Millar, where the shortstop ordinarily would be, and Garcia Parra over on the right side of the infield.
Yeah, ground ball to Gutierrez, and Omar, he becomes that pivot man on the double play.
In the dirt, dug out by Veritek, ball and a strike on Giambi. Yankees done most of their damage with the long ball this year. A home run by Sheffield, 146 to the season for New York. They lead the majors in that category by 1 over Texas. The Yankees are the only team in Major League history to have 8 players with at least 10 home runs at the All-Star break. They now have 9 with 10 or more home runs this season. Even Jeter powering up this year with 14. Giambi stays alive, still 1-2. He'll be followed by Jorge Posada.
A-Rod at first base, 18 steals on the season. You can see him checking out that track. A little bit soft out there at first base. And shaking his head. He didn't like the traction he was getting. He attempted to get a jump that time and stopped. 18 steals, only caught twice.
He's tied for 5th in the American League in stolen bases. He had a stretch of 17 straight stolen base attempts in which he was successful. Gutierrez, that's Bill Millar, and he turns the double play even though Rodriguez came into him hard. It ends the inning in the 4th, 3-1 Red Sox.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for, the Ford Authorized Clearance, the one with up to $5,745 total cash back, including a no-charge 5.4-liter V8 engine and trailer tow package on factory-equipped Ford F-150 models, only at your New England Ford dealer.
Here's your light beer.
Miles away from other light beers. Corona Light.
Are you looking to sell your home in Rhode Island or southeastern Massachusetts? Call Robert W. Clark at 1-866-9-RI-SOLD for your very own free market analysis. Go with Robert W. Clark, a proven performer. 1-866-9-RI-SOLD.
money on your mind? At Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
The CFL hits New England over and over again. Saturday, it's Montreal versus Hamilton at 9 on Nesson.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for. The Ford Authorized Clearance. The one with up to $5,000 total cash back or 0% financing plus $1,000 Ford credit clearance cash on Ford Explorer. Only at your New England Ford dealer.
Middle of the old 4-5-3 double play to end the Yankee fourth. He'll bat third in this inning. Trot Nixon hits it hard, but right at Giambi, who wins the race to the base. One out.
And A-Rod coming after Miller pretty good on this double play. Watch A-Rod try to reach out and get his legs. And a little stare back after turning it over by Bill Miller at A-Rod. A-Rod disappointed he didn't get him. Borderline there whether he could have tagged second base. If not, they can call it automatic double play.
Well, those dirty Yankees, Jerry, here they go again. John Leiber threw a ball low and away to Kevin Millar. It slid right his first time up. Then Bill Miller. Leiber gave up 3 runs in the second. Nomar Garcia par an infield hit. Trot Nixon doubled into the right field corner to score Nomar from first. And after Millar made an out, Bill Miller hit a long home run over the bullpens in right. Make it 3-1. Millar starches one. Another chance down there in the luxury boxes at the end.
Somebody will eventually get it when it stops rolling.
And then probably drop it down to the fans below. Busy night in that box. Millar a swing and a miss. They've had 2 already, right?
Yeah, 1 bounced out and 1 stayed in.
Well, there's the one they kept.
James Carville up there?
I didn't see him up there. I don't know if he stayed for the game. He, of course, met James Carville. What would you describe him as? He's like a political expert. Millar hits one high in the air and deep to left. Matsui deking, but it doesn't matter. It's a home run. Just made it into the monster seats for Kevin Millar. And the Red Sox lead 4-1.
Well, they're starting to come now for Kevin Millar. You know, Terry Francona has been very patient with Millar all season, taking a lot of heat at times for leaving him in the lineup, but he believes that Millar's going to get hot, and he has recently. Number 8 for Kevin Millar on the season.
Three in the last 4 games. Bill Miller, who hit a 2-run homer earlier. And Matsui did a good job of digging just about everybody in the park. There wasn't that usual anticipatory roar that you hear building as that ball went through the air, because Matsui looked like he was right under it and was going to catch it. Miller trying to dump it in the left field corner. He does. Fair ball. Second hit of the night for Bill Miller, and second extra base hit, a double to go with his 2-run homer.
Now that's a great at bat for Bill Miller. You know, he hits a home run pulling the ball, and sometimes when you do that early in a game, you get pulled crazy. But not this time. Bill Miller takes that cutter that's away and just slaps it to the opposite field for the double. Now, thinking back to that Matsui play, as you mentioned, Sean, I wonder at this time of night whether he even saw the ball when it fell off the bat. Twilight, it's possible that right away he didn't see the ball.
Maybe, but it looked like he was just trying to deke the runner so they wouldn't run hard.
It deked me for a while.
Yeah, me too. And I think the crowd too. Mickey Gutierrez grounded to third his first time up. Looks at strike 1 here. 4 runs on 6 hits for Boston, a run on 3 hits for the Yankees. Red Sox have hit 2 homers, the Yankees 1. Neither team charged with an error. Slashing swing and a miss by Gutierrez, 0-2. . 2 Not very good news for the weekend. The Mets rained out at home tonight. Maybe that's some of the rain they're talking about coming here tomorrow. The chopper behind the plate. Let's hope not. It's a nice, pleasant weekend of all these people from all over the world coming here for the convention.
Yeah. I hope it's okay. There is some rain in the forecast, but hopefully not enough to make any difference here at Fenway Park.
We probably have a lot of viewers looking in for the first time tonight on Friday Night Baseball from all over the country and around the world. We welcome them to our great city, America's greatest city. Exciting time to be here in the hub of the universe. Do you think now you'll have a regular stint with or that we will have a regular stint? Maybe we could be like on Crossfire after our big appearance with Judy Woodruff.
Maybe you, not me. They made me come on with a doll.
Yeah, you did have to bring Wally. Gutierrez strikes out. Friday Night Baseball on CBS.
Sunday nights on Nesson, the Mad Fisherman Charlie Moore takes over to bring you Nesson Outdoors from 8 to 11 p.m. each Sunday night. Charlie will take you through the best outdoor programming that New England has to offer. So don't miss the Mad Fisherman Sundays on Nesson.
That's the dead fish look-away handshake, like when people shake hands with you, but they're looking around like, who else can I talk to besides these two?
I think he was more friendly after he saw us come off camera. I don't think he thought we were going to belong on camera at all.
He didn't realize we were important political figures until after he walked off the set with Judy. He was very nice with that Robert Novak.
Yes.
I think a lot of them are going to stick around for the game now. There'll be a lot of political people here over the weekend.
And Fenway is going to be a fun place to be all weekend long. Always is when the Yankees are in town. Always is when anybody's in town.
Johnny Damon takes the ball 2-1. He's 0-2. Is grounded out twice. Will you be addressing the convention? Are you on the roster of speakers?
No. We're going to be on the road.
I knew there was a reason why you didn't make the cut. Two and two the count. Next pitch will be the 20th of the inning. The most taxing inning so far for Leiber, so in 64 pitches in all. Red Sox lead 4-1. Batting in the fourth. Johnny rips one foul. Excellent play by the attendant. Last series between these two teams, the last couple of days of June and July 1st at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees swept three. Damon hits one near the pole and right. That ball is foul. Very close, but Bruce Fleming did not hesitate with the call, and the Red Sox did not argue.
Johnny Damon hooking that ball clearly there in foul territory. And now, Damon's one guy that had wished the All-Star break had not come. He was on fire before that All-Star break, but has struggled since. Only 4 for his last 35 now.
And 0 for his last 17. Jeter under the pop-up. That ends the inning. But the Red Sox had another on the home run by Millar after 4-1 Boston.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extramart has all your bases covered. Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extramart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
All this month at Extramart, Pringles are specially priced, just 2 for $3. Pringles, once you pop, you just can't stop.
Priced right and ready to go, Extramart is always a home run.
Polite society tells us that it's rude to stare. But then along came the 2005 V6 Nissan Altima. With a new redesigned interior, a state-of-the-art navigation system and satellite radio, and a sleek, new, refined exterior. So go ahead, stare. Frankly, It'd be rude not to.
Suarez, I have some good news. I'm taking you out.
Oh, you said you had good news.
I do. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Give me the ball.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
An American Revolution.
With the Red Sox second home run of the night. Bill Millar hit a 2-run homer earlier, and the Red Sox lead 4-1 as we go to the fifth. And Schilling has allowed just a solo homer to Gary Sheffield in the first inning among 3 Yankee hits. Jorge Posada digging in. Posada, Matsui, and Wilson coming up. Looping breaking ball for ball 1 to Posada, who struck out swinging in the second with 2 strikeouts for Curt Schilling. Line just out of the reach of Gutierrez and a base hit. The Yankees have the lead man on as we check in with Dan Roach.
All right, thank you very much, Sean. We're joined, as you guys were talking last half inning, there are just so many people here is in town for the Democratic National Convention, and one of the key sponsors of here at Fenway Park this week, and it will be all week long, is Keyspan Energy, and we're joined by Nick Stavropoulos of Keyspan, as well as former assistant or former district attorney of Suffolk County, Ralph Martin, and they're here to talk about a program that is being started in the city of Boston. And Nick, thanks for joining us, and tell us about this program and what it's all about.
Dan, we're working in connection with the partnership with Ralph and his folks, Benny Wiley, to work on developing a program to help attract and retain the top talent that we have in the Boston community, particularly African Americans and other folks of diversity.
So it's an inner city program. You're having a roundtable tomorrow at the Kennedy Library. How big of an advantage would it be down the road for these kids to stay here in the city in corporate Boston?
We think it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for these kids to be able to experience the great college atmosphere here in the city, and then have the opportunity to transition and work to move into the corporate world.
You and I were talking earlier, Nick, as well. This is an opportunity for Boston to showcase itself this week. A lot has been made of the traffic and what have you, but it's an opportunity for programs like this to get underway and to showcase it.
Absolutely. Just like the Boston Red Sox are trying to attract and retain the top talent here for the team, we're trying to do the same thing for the city of Boston, to work with other corporations to attract and retain the best talent that we can have so that we can continue to progress and provide great service here in Boston.
Nick, thank you very much. Good luck to Keyspan and the partnership. Guys, let's go back to you.
All right, Rochi, thanks. Hideki Matsui takes the ball inside. I wonder if that was one of your Rem dogs Ralph Martin was going after down there. That was clearly some good food. Matsui grounded out his first time up.
And Ralph didn't seem to want to be part of the interview. He was just pretty hungry.
He was enjoying the game, enjoying a hot dog, a libation. Why not? Full count on Matsui. Yeah, I think the hot dog is gone. He almost looked like that guy. They had the home run, the hot dog eating contest the other day. What's the guy's name who wins it every year? He eat like 53 hot dogs in 12 minutes. Line and a right, a hit. Back-to-back hits to open the fifth inning for New York. That'll get the tying run to the plate.
Both left-handers pulling the ball. Posada by Gutierrez, and now Matsui with a hard line drive between that hole in first and second. Top spin line drive off the fastball from Curt Schilling.
The fellow's name is Kobayashi, I'm told. And he's a little guy, at least on TV. Doesn't appear to be a very big guy. I think he ate 53 hot dogs the other day in 12 minutes.
He'd be good for business.
See if we can get him over to Rem Dogs on Yawkey Way. Wilson with a deep fly to left. Manny a step or two in front of the wall to catch. The runners retreat.
For scores, interviews, highlights, and more, tune into NESN Sports Desk. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. NESN Sports Desk, mornings starting at 5.
Red Sox lead 4-1, 5th inning. The hits are 6-5 for Boston. Kenny Lofton, the batter. Miller way in on the grass at third as Lofton takes the ball in the dirt. He grounded out to the first baseman Millar, unassisted, in the third. In the hole, a hit. They're going to wave Posada around. Nixon's throw is not in time. Looked like it beat the runner. Veritek a mild protest, and now Schilling questions the home plate umpire. And that's going to get Terry Francona out to chat with Tim Timmons.
Tell you what, that was a strange call at third base by Soho, because it looked like he was trying to stop him, then waved him on again. And a very close play. Let's see. Home plate way out in front is Veritek. The question is, did the tag come before the knee got on home plate? Watch Veritek stick that knee out now, try to block him.
And he's out.
I think he is. I think the tag is on the shoulder before the rear end hits home plate for Posada.
Well, he sure looked out from our vantage point above. He looks out there again.
Yep.
He's actually slowing down in anticipation of the contact. Tim Timmons must have deemed that he got the foot onto the plate or some part of his body before Veritek got the tag on his shoulder, but it certainly didn't look that way. So it's an RBI single for Lofton. It's 4-2. Matsui to second base. Now they have the tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the plate. And Bernie Williams, the top of the order, around for the third time. Breaking ball low. He is grounded out and doubled to left. Red Sox infield at double play depth. Damon a step toward the left, the opposite field for the switch hitting Williams, who bats left against Schilling and slashes across strike one. .67 pitches now for Schilling, 47 of them strikes. Good fastball. That looked to be one of his liveliest of the night. The gun had him in 92.
Now, Sean, I was watching the third base coach when Posada was coming around, and it looked like he was a little indecision. He was waving him, then it looked like he wanted to stop him, but I don't think Posada had any intentions of stopping for Luis Soho.
And Nixon with a pretty good arm. Posada not a fast runner. And they were down by 3. They got away with it, even though it looked like the ball beat the runner to the plate, Posada. Clearly the ball beat him. The question was, did the tag get on him before he got on the plate? And you're right, a lot of change of speeds on that trip around the bases for Posada, and he slows down again. In the dirt. And a full count with Derek Jeter on deck.
Bernie Williams in this at bat has been able to lay off a couple of split-fingered fastballs that a lot of hitters don't lay off against Schilling.
Matsui, the runner, at second, and Lofton at first. One out, and the payoff pitch upcoming from Schilling to Bernie Williams. Ball 4 high, a fastball, a check swing. They appeal, no swing, said Mike Winters. And that loads them up and moves the tying run into scoring position, and it's the first walk given up tonight by Schilling.
And that was a very good at bat for Bernie Williams. He draws the walk, he lays off a couple of tough splitters, then lays off the high fastball from Schilling, and eventually draws the walk. Goes upstairs with the fastball, checks his swing, and makes his way down to first base. No hit involved, but a very good at bat by Bernie Williams.
So now Jeter 0 for 2 tonight. Slide to center and line to left. Playing with a cracked bone in his hand, his left hand. Still managed to hit the ball hard his last time up. Hitting .277, but he was at 161 on April 28th. Hit .314 since then. Swing and a foul ball. Over the last 45 games, entering tonight, he had hit .370. .344 in his career with the bases loaded without a grand slam. Just missed. Chopper foul. You see Jeter grabbing at that right hand from time to time between pitches. The right hand that is giving him the problem, the fifth metacarpal of the right hand.
Yeah, being the top hand too on the bat, you know, he's one of those guys that does hold on to the bat all the way through his swing and follow through, so it has to be a little bit painful for him. And of course that's also that throwing hand. So Sean mentioned earlier, not in the original starting lineup, but was put in there after batting practice. He told Torre he wanted to go, and I guess when Jeter says he wants to go, Torre puts him in.
And no surprise that he would want to go. He's very much the epitome of a gamer, as is this man, Curt Schilling, and they're locked in an important battle right here. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Jeter asks for time. Now Schilling will take a little stroll. Matsui, Lofton, and Williams from third around to first. He struck him out with an off-speed pitch.
Split-fingered fastball from Schilling to pick up the strikeout with the bases loaded. Power pitches, able to get those big strikeouts and men in scoring position. That swing looked like it hurt Derek Jeter.
Not been a big strikeout night for Schilling. That's his third. Gives him 128 for the year. He passes Pedro into second place. In the American League, Johan Santana of Minnesota leads with 155 strikeouts. So now Sheffield, who hit a solo homer in the first, popped out to the catch of Veritek and foul ground last time up. Close, but a ball just inside, apparently 2-0. And here's a look at that last swing by Jeter.
You see the can coming off the bat there as he makes that swing, and it just didn't look very comfortable for him. Also fooled a bit on the off-speed pitch.
2-0 to Sheffield. Here's a strike. Red Sox lead 4-2. Sheffield gave New York a 1-0 lead with that homer in the first, but the Red Sox scored 3 in the second. An RBI double by Trot Nixon, then a 2-run homer by Bill Miller. And Kevin Millar hit a solo homer in the bottom of the fourth. The Yankees with 1 run in this inning. An RBI single by Lofton that brought in Posada. Chop to deep third. Millar, a nice play to Gutierrez to end the inning. 4-2 Red Sox in the middle of the 5th.
Fireside Nissan on Route 1 North Attleboro announces its summer vacation sales event. Fireside has the largest inventory in southeastern Mass, including 2004 Titan 4-wheeler Magazine's Truck of the Year. And with 0.9 financing and rebates up to $32.50, you won't want to miss out. Fireside, southeastern New England's largest parts and service dealer, is out to be #1 in sales and will do what it takes to earn your business. See for yourself why there is no better deal than a Fireside deal. Fireside Nissan, your peace of mind dealer.
The preparation for this event is mind-boggling. Intense concentration, precision, and split-second timing are a way of life.
The entire world will hold its breath as this study in synergy takes place.
Sealy, official supplier of the U.S. Olympic team. Available for same-day delivery 7 days a week.
From Cardi's Furniture Superstores.
We can't give you wings like Red Bull. We can't get rid of your counting sheep problem like Serta. And we can't give you great pizza like Papa Gino's. But here at the car store, we can give you dependable pre-owned vehicles. Oil changes, repairs, or just a question. You name it, we've got it. Utility vehicles, luxury cars, the works. So come to the car store. Exit 25 off 95 on Smithfield Avenue in Pawtucket.
The 7-passenger, electronic 4-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
First pitch to the bottom of the 5th, and it's a long foul ball. Near the back of the left field seats to the left of the pole.
A Yankee fan was wearing Paul O'Neill's jersey. He's doing the game tonight for the Yankee broadcast team.
And you see us on Yankee television.
Jim Cott.
There's Paul O'Neill in the middle. Michael Cave, the play-by-play man, standing. Veritek hits that one high in the air and deep in left center. And it is off the glove of Matsui and down to the warning track. And Veritek winds up at second base. Wonder what Lofton was doing. He wasn't going after it very hard, and it was certainly a difficult run for Matsui.
I think what he was doing, Sean, he was signaling to Matsui that he was going to back up the play in case it bounced off the wall. And Matsui usually very sure-handed out there in left field. Watch Lofton point, and he's going to kind of back off here as Matsui goes to the wall and make the play. I think Lofton was setting himself in case it bounced off the wall. That's a ball certainly that could have been handled by Matsui.
Looks like he had a harder run for it than Lofton.
A longer way to go, you're right. And Lofton with better speed.
It is an error on Matsui. Red Sox try to capitalize. Ortiz takes a strike. He is singled to center and walk. The only walk given up by Leiber.
That's a tough error.
It is.
He had a long way to go to make that play.
But he was there, basically standing under it, and hit it right off his glove and dropped. Tough call either way. I like when they hold the fielders to a high standard. I mean, these guys are major leaguers. Chop past the mound. Jeter throws him out. I know as a former hitter, you wanted everything to be a hit.
I'll get back to that. Win a pair of tickets for... Know the score before the game with Nesson's new 1-hour pregame show. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report featuring commentary, news, pregame matchups, and analysis. Now 1 hour before game time on Nesson. It was not automatic.
This was catch everything, but, you know, most things. It was a hard play, but they should make hard plays. That's why they're major league players. I think Matsui would tell you after the game he should have had it.
No, without doubt. I mean, he did have it in the glove.
But here's Ramirez, who was struck out and reached on a fielder's choice 0 for 2. Red Sox lead 4-2. They're batting in the bottom of the 5th. Like a pretty good pitch to hit. Manny took it for strike 1. Shifted around toward right for Ramirez in the outfield with some hitting room in left center. We have cameras everywhere here tonight. Led by our producer Russ Kent, our director Mike Narachi, and our terrific Friday Night Baseball crew. Associate producer Greg Petranzio, Leo White, Julie Tradiak, Bob Qua assisting us here in the booth tonight. Bob Qua has his mother here tonight, so he's been on his best behavior. Swing and a miss. Our old pal John Campbell here tonight, former Red Sox pitch counter here in our booth before we go down to bigger and better things. No one counted those pitches better than John Campbell.
It's amazing how Friday Night Baseball can draw a crowd.
It's amazing. In the ratings and in the booth. They're coming in and out in shifts here in the booth tonight. The 1-2 to Manny, just inside. Omar Garcia-Parra on deck. Leiber up to 76 pitches. 53 strikes, 70%, just about where he usually is. Here's 2-2 to Manny. Chop foul. Leiber had the Tommy John surgery in August of '02 and made the long trip back. Missed all of last year. Yankees signed him in January of last year just to have his rights. They knew he'd miss the entire season. They hoped he'd be good this year. He's been pretty good. With a starting rotation, Jeremy, that's the amazing thing about this 8.5 game lead. You have Messina, who hasn't been great, and he's been injured. Kevin Brown's been injured. Contreras has been up and down. They've had a lot of problems in their starting rotation. And yet, here they are with the best record in the American League.
How about El Duque? He's right behind that pole. He's made 3 starts. He's 2-0 with a 2.65 ERA.
He was fabulous yesterday. Swing and a miss. Ramirez strikes out for the second out of the inning, the 4th strikeout of the night for John Leiber.
Now, Lieber's done a nice job mixing his pitches up tonight against Manny Ramirez. Number of sliders in that at bat, and he blows the fastball by Manny. I think Manny was... He saw so many breaking pitches, had to be guessing breaking pitch. Very late on that fastball from Leiber.
Here's Garcia-Parra on his 31st birthday. He had an infield hit and scored in the 2nd. He grounded out to end the 3rd. Fouled out a play to the right. Nomar shares birthday with 2 members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Don Drysdale, born on July 23rd, 1936, and fellow shortstop Pee Wee Reese, born on this date back in 1918. Strike inside part of the plate. You know who else was born on July 23rd? One of our all-time favorites, Larry Bud Melman. Remember him from Late Night with David Letterman?
The Letterman show, yeah.
Right off the end of the bat, he's still alive at 0-2. On the day Nomar was born, Watergate Special Prosecutor Archibald Cox served subpoenas on the White House after President Nixon refused to turn over tapes and documents. You remember those days?
Sure do.
To short, and Jeter throws him out. That ends the inning. The error does not hurt by Matsui after 5, 4-2 Boston.
The weather was so much better yesterday.
A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. Just go to Southwest.com for Southwest Airlines $49 internet specials from the northeast of Florida. Purchased by August 5th.
You're now free to move about the country.
Civilization to find adventure. The 245 horsepower all-wheel drive Nissan Murano.
Whether you play the ponies or run down the hounds, Hinsdale goes the extra mile with a winning experience. Count on great food, a clean, comfortable atmosphere, and impeccable customer service. Watch and wager on live greyhound racing and OTB action from the country's top thoroughbred, harness, and greyhound tracks. Hinsdale Greyhound Park and OTB is only 5 minutes off I-91 with live 1 p.m. matinees every day except Tuesdays and under the lights Saturdays at 8. Visit HinsdaleGreyhound.com for details. Hinsdale Greyhound Park and OTB, Route 119, Hinsdale, New Hampshire.
Ready to take it for a spin?
Sure, let's do it.
Excited?
I'm excited. Tomato red?
Tornado rack. The Toreg. Let's go.
Right now, for a limited time, Volkswagen is having a summer sales drive. This means great deals on a Jetta, Passat, any Volkswagen you like. It also means we're working hard. Really, really hard. Now available with 0% financing. The Passat. Come drive it. You'll get it.
Forecast day with
NESN's coverage of the CFL continues tomorrow night at 9 after Portland Sea Dogs baseball. The Montreal Alouettes put their perfect record on the line against Eastern Division rival Hamilton.
Weekend. Possibility of some raindrops. Curt Schilling begins the 6th with a changeup low to Alex Rodriguez. Schilling pitching with a 4-2 lead. Rodriguez, Giambi, and Posada, the middle third for New York. Chopped to deep third. Millar, a great stop, is thrown out in time. I think Schilling's fortunate that one wasn't hit a little bit harder to a more damaging place. Looked like a little bit of a hanger that he got away with.
Yeah, topped by A-Rod. Nice play by Bill Millar. A-Rod didn't really get out of the box that well. Then when he realized that Millar made the play, he picked it up down that first base line to beat it out.
He's 2 for 3 tonight. And they get the tying runner to the plate again. Jason Giambi to hit next. Yankees left the bases loaded last inning. They have the shift on again. Last time up, Giambi grounded into a 4-5-3 double play to end the 4th. Popped out on the left side of the infield in the 2nd. He looked at ball 1 from Schilling. Swing and a miss. During the inning, we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Volvo. When you drive out of town, drive safely. Drive Volvo. In the American League, Kansas City leads Cleveland 2-1. Mike Sweeney has hit a home run, his 19th of the year. Tampa Bay and Toronto at 7-3 Blue Jays, despite a home run by Rocco Baldelli, his 9th. Minnesota at Baltimore tonight, and the Twins lead 3-1. Swing and a miss by Giambi. Chicago hosting Detroit. It's 3-2 White Sox. They're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Carlos Lee is 17th homer for Chicago. Texas at Oakland later on. Rangers begin the night with a 3.5 game lead over the Athletics in the West, and Anaheim is at Seattle. Mariners have won 4 out of 5. Anaheim 5 games behind the Rangers now. The National League, Montreal leads Florida 2-1. Chicago is at Philadelphia. Cubs lead 3-1 in that ball game. 2 more homers tonight from Lee and Alou. That makes 9 homers in the last 3 games for the Cubs. Pittsburgh hosting Cincinnati at 6-2 in favor of the Pirates. Jason LaRue a homer for the Reds. Atlanta and New York postponed by rain. They'll make it up in September. Milwaukee got a run in the first at Houston. They lead 1-0 in the third. Scott Posednik his 12th home run. San Francisco at St. Louis, scoreless bottom of the second. Hermanson against Supan. Colorado's at Arizona. Arizona has lost 11 in a row. And San Diego's at Los Angeles. Dodgers have won 9 of their last 10. And that's the scoreboard brought to you by Volvo. Two and two the count. Giambi with Posada on deck. Ball 3. 87 pitches now for Schilling. And he's been over 100 pitches in all but 2 of his starts. Hasn't thrown less than 91 pitches in an outing all year. He is a horse. He's running on the 3-2 pitch, and A-Rod will have to go back to first as Giambi fouled it over the roof to the left.
Something Joe Torre almost always does. Very few times do you not see the Yankee runner off on a 3-2 count. Even with a guy like Giambi, who does strike out quite a bit. Strikeout pitcher on the mound, but good speed at first base and A-Rod.
Quick move. You mentioned A-Rod was 17 for 17 to start the year in stolen bases. The first catcher to throw him out was Jason Varitek in that series at New York. At the end of June, that was on June 30th. A-Rod at first, nobody out. 4-2 Boston in the 6th. The 8th pitch of the at-bat to Giambi. There'll be a 9th. A-Rod was running again.
And Giambi's been late on that fastball too from Schilling. That last fastball at 95. Three-2 fastball again, and late with the swing is Giambi fouling it off.
And Varitek and Schilling trying to find a way to dispatch Giambi.
I saw that shot at Joe Torre. What a perfect match that has been. The New York Yankees and Joe Torre over this stretch. He's had some brief disagreements with his owner, but for the most part through his tenure, it's been very quiet in New York.
A lot of speculation at the end of last year that Joe might not be back this season. Earlier this year, he agreed to a multi-year contract extension. A-Rod runs again, and Giambi spoils another.
I think some of the problems are that, you know, when things go well, George wants a lot of the credit. You know, and all the credit's been going to Torre, and I think sometimes that angers George a little bit, and there's been, you know, some back and forth, but it seems like every time it's hit a boiling point, they give him an extension. They're able to work things out.
Breaking ball for ball 4. They couldn't get the fastball to put him away, and it was not a good breaking ball. You can see the exasperation on the part of Schilling, who walks his second Yankee of the night.
Tried something different. Tried to go to the curveball, and not a good one. Just kind of spinning up the home plate, stayed up high, and Giambi, who, to his credit, fouled off a lot of fastballs, ends up drawing the walk.
So again, they have the tying run on base, the go-ahead run at the plate. That was the situation last inning. Nobody out for Jorge Posada, who struck out in the second. He singled and scored last inning. Controversial run. Looked like he was out at the plate, but called safe after Kenny Lofton singled him in. Breaking ball for a strike. Here's a look back at the play at the plate that made it 4-2 as Posada was called safe. He's not at the plate yet. The ball that just missed. In the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Schilling began the night second in the league in fewest walks per 9 innings, averaging 1.4 walks per 9. Only Brad Radke of the Twins better. He gives up less than 1 walk per 9 innings. Schilling has walked 2. Look after the first 2 batters of the game when they both swung at the first pitch that might be the approach tonight. But since then, there have been a lot of long at-bats. 10 pitches a moment ago for Giambi.
And also Schilling, a lot of times now starting guys off with a breaking ball instead, because they were jumping on that first pitch.
Schilling with a look at Rodriguez. His control just hasn't been as sharp this inning. He's thrown 16 pitches in the inning, 8 balls, and now Garcia Parra comes into the mound.
Very, very unusual for Curt Schilling. Again, that was a curveball that just didn't seem to get any snap on it at all.
He had 54 pitches to get through the first 4 innings. He's thrown 41 in the last inning plus. They got 1 run last inning and left the bases loaded. They have the first 2 men on in this inning, and a 3-1 to Posada is fouled away. That was one of the liveliest fastballs of the night at 94 miles per hour, and a nice catch made in the roof boxes on the left side. The 3-2 to Posada. He jammed him, and Jorge fouled it out of play to the left. The runners were not going on that 3-2 pitch. Alex Rodriguez and Jason Giambi at second and first, respectively. Another 3-2 to Posada, and another foul ball. Giambi was up there for 10 pitches. This will be the 8th to Posada.
Now both guys, both left-handers too, fouling those fastballs off to that third base side. Roy White, the first base coach for the Yankees.
Schilling couldn't put Giambi away with a fastball. Went to a breaking ball and missed for ball 4. See if he sticks with the fastball to Posada. Another 3-2. Hit hard up the middle, past Garcia Parra. Rodriguez around to score to make it a 1-run game. It's 4-3. Couple of great at-bats for Giambi and Posada. And they have the tying run in scoring position now.
And again, Schilling staying with the fastball. Remember now, he had trouble with the breaking pitch in this inning, left a couple upstairs, so he continued to pound Posada with fastballs, and Posada finally wins that battle by hitting the hard ground ball by Garcia-Parra.
The next pitch from Schilling will be number 100. Dave Wallace very slowly to the mound, and he's going slowly to get the bullpen time to start warming up. They're stirring out there right now. Friday night.
Stay tuned after the game for New England's Red Sox postgame shows. W.B. Mason's Extra Innings Extra, a complete Red Sox wrap-up, followed by Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. After the last inning, the action's just beginning.
In the Boston bullpen. Schilling's done a lot of work in this inning, and still not a Yankee retired in the 6th. An infield hit by A-Rod, a walk to Giambi, a base hit by Posada. 4-3 Boston. It was once 4-1. And here is Matsui. He was grounded out and singled. And he takes a strike over the outer third. And as is usually the case when Matsui is involved, plenty of members of the Japanese media here and everywhere else that he goes.
Ichiro went through the same thing when he started with the Seattle Mariners. It's constant with Matsui. There's a lot of these Yankee games played over in Japan on television.
And a couple of them were actually played in Japan.
That's right. And both Tampa and the Yankees get off to a slow start, too.
And both teams blame that trip to Japan for causing them some early season problems. In the dirt, and a good stop by Varitek. Boy, that's a big play, at least for the moment. It keeps the tying run at second, prevents the go-ahead run from getting in a scoring position.
Yeah, the splitter stayed inside instead of going down and away. You saw Varitek have to cross over, able to block the ball, catch the ball.
Matsui with Enrique Wilson on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Slashed out of play to the left. Schilling's seen a lot of that in this inning.
You know, when Matsui started last year with the Yankees, and when we first saw him, I said, man, you know, where's the power that you read about? But you know what? Every time I see him play, I gain more respect for him. He's just a solid baseball player.
And he's out there every day. He's played in 1,507 consecutive professional games. Over 1,200 with the Yomiuri Giants, 257 now. He's never missed a game with the Yankees. .257 straight games to begin a major league career. The longest such streak since Ernie Banks broke into the majors with 424 in a row for the Cubs back in the mid-50s. They keep fouling away Schilling pitches, and now that's hit hard. A double play ball to Millar. He goes to Garcia-Parra, who didn't want to risk the throw to Schilling. Looked like Matsui had Schilling beat to the bag. So he's safe on a fielder's choice. They eliminate Posada 3-6, and Giambi's now the tying run at third with one out.
It was not a good throw from Millar. When you make this throw, you're trying to throw it to the outfield side of the bag. This crosses the runner and comes inside, and Nomar's footwork got all messed up because of that. If that ball's to the outside of the bag, Nomar can continue to hit the bag hard, come across hard, and maybe get a double play.
It would have been close for Schilling and Matsui at first. Enrique Wilson due up next, but Joe Torre is going to send yesterday's Yankee hero up there, Ruben Sierra. Sierra hit a walk-off solo homer in the bottom of the ninth yesterday at Yankee Stadium to give them the 1-0 victory over Toronto. He has 4 homers in his last 5 games. He has homered in 5 of his last 23 at-bats.
And Joe's going for it right here, isn't he, in the 6th inning? At the opportunity with the potential tying run at third base.
Well, why not? You have a better hitter in Sierra. You can put Miguel Cairo in the game. And there's the first walk-off homer for Sierra since April of 1989 when he was with Texas. It was only the 2nd time in the history of Yankee Stadium the Yankees won a 1-0 regular season game with a walk-off home run. They did it back in 1969 against the then California Angels on a homer by Joe Pepitone. Hoy Wilhelm. A strike to Sierra. A very good pinch hitter this year. 2 pinch hit homers, 375 off the bench, 278 overall in 180 at bats. Giambi the tying run at third with 1 out. Matsui at first. Just a little bit low. .28 pitches in the inning, and Schilling's been working very slowly. The Yankees been up for 22 minutes. Not much more than a pitch per minute. Leiber happy to have the additional support. He'd like to tie or the lead here for the next time he takes the mound. We're in the 6th. Yankees led 1-0. Red Sox led 4-1. Now the Yankees chipping away. They scored single runs in each of the last 2 innings. Looking for more in the 6th. The 1-2 to Sierra outside.
And the way he's had to work in this inning, if it's not a double play, it's likely it could be the last inning for Schilling.
He's up to 109 pitches now. Timlin should be ready. Bounce down to first. Millar has no play. Surprised he didn't at least try it at home plate, because that really was the only play he had with his momentum coming hard toward the plate. He didn't have a chance to spin around and throw it to first. Giambi scores to tie the game at 4.
You're exactly right. It's worth a throw to home plate just in case, because when he spins and looks at first, there's nobody there. Gutierrez has got to get over there and cover first base just in case.
Well, we go back to why, though the numbers are so similar, Jerry. Well, the Yankees 8.5 games ahead. This inning, a little bit of an example of it. You had the bad throw by Millar. They couldn't turn the double play. Now you have that play. Gutierrez doesn't cover. Millar doesn't even try it at the plate. Those are the things that have been happening over and over and over again this season. An RBI for Sierra. They brought in Giambi. Now Schilling just trying to keep it a tie game. Lofton hits it down the line, fair ball. Past the dive of Millar. Matsui will give the Yankees the lead. Sierra will be held at third. It's a double for Lofton, his 2nd hit, and 2nd RBI of the night.
Well, right now the ball is finding Kevin Millar at first base. Sean, you mentioned the throw, the play at the plate. Now the ground ball just barely gets by the dive down at first base, and the Yankees take the lead.
As you can see, he was way off the line for Lofton, who hit it down the line.
Yeah, you're not expecting Kenny Lofton to pull Curt Schilling, in that situation that much. And that's going to be it for Schilling tonight.
Terry Frantone to the mound. Mike Timlin will be the new pitcher. We return to Friday Night Baseball.
My party.
Nice jacket.
Yeah, the ex-wife picked it up in Millar. Miles away from other line beers. Corona Light. A memo went out. Did you get it? It's calling for an end to individuality. It says that movies should be formulaic. It demands a style be ordinary. And sedans, well, they should just blend in. No leather interiors or navigation systems or powerful V6 engines. Funny, we never got that memo.
We enter the world and we're surrounded by people. We talk to them, listen to them. They become our teammates, co-workers, our favorite people in the world. Through it all, we learned something. What connects us most is our need to be connected. Remarkably, no one's taken all the ways people communicate and put them together, until now. Long distance, wireless, DSL, even satellite TV. And get up to 12 hit DVDs when you sign up for qualifying services.
Ready to take it for a spin?
Sure, let's do it.
Excited?
I'm excited. Tomato red?
Tornado red. The Touareg. Let's go.
Right now, for a limited time, Volkswagen is having its summer sales drive. This means great deals on a Jetta, Passat, any Volkswagen you like. It also means we're working hard. Really, really hard. Now available with 0% financing. The Jetta. Come drive it. You'll get it.
Runner for the Yankees, Ruben Sierra, removed from the ball game. Miguel Cairo is going to stay in the game and play second base, running for Sierra. This is just the third time in 20 starts this season that Curt Schilling has not pitched at least 6 innings. He's out after 5 1/3. He threw 33 pitches in this inning to get just the 1 out. They didn't hit it very hard. They fought off some tough pitches, found some holes. Now he's looking on as Mike Timlin gets ready to work.
26th appearance for Timlin. He worked in game 2 of the day-night doubleheader yesterday, pitched an inning in that ball game. A 4-3 record for Timlin on the season.
Seventh batter of the inning, Bernie Williams. Up in a big spot. A hit would likely bring in 2 more. Bernie questioning Tim Timmons after the strike 1 call. He has grounded to first, doubled to left, and walked. Schilling threw 112 pitches over 5 1/3 innings, 74 for strikes. A rare squandered lead by Schilling. They were ahead 4-1 were the Red Sox, now down 5-4.
Now the only ball in that inning that was really hit hard was the one by Jorge Posada.
Looked like he was reluctant to go to the breaking ball in this inning after a few kind of slipped out of his hand and stayed high.
Yeah, it's almost like he lost the feel for it there and basically stayed with fastballs after that.
1-1 from Timlin to Williams. Golfed out of play to the left. 1-2. Derek Jeter on deck. It's 2 for 18 lifetime against Timlin for Bernie Williams. So with 6 walks, and the pitcher doesn't walk many. Hit hard, another fair ball past Millar down the right field line. It will score 2. Cairo in. And Lofton right behind. It's a double for Williams, his second of the night. And the Yankees lead 7-4.
Well, Bernie Williams, who originally was hitting second tonight, moved up to the leadoff spot when Jeter made himself available to play. Again down that first base line. It's like a cut fastball inside, and Bernie Williams turns it around in a hurry. So the Yankees not only have battled back in this game, but they've taken the lead in this game.
And looking for more with Williams in scoring position. A 5-run inning. Jeter takes the ball underneath that sore hand. He's 0 for 3. Struck out last inning with the bases loaded. So Schilling charged with 7 earned runs, matching the most he has given up this season. He gave up 7 runs on 13 hits and 7 2/3 against Toronto earlier this year. Diving stop by Bill Millar. Out on a bang-bang play at first is Jeter. Bill Millar's had a terrific night, both at the plate and in the field. And he took a hit away from Jeter with that diving stop.
Yeah, he really has. He's been diving all over the place down there at third base. This time going to his left, and the impressive thing is how quickly he gets back to his feet to make the throw. Millar with the stretch. Ooh, that might have pulled Millar's foot off that bag.
It looked like it did.
Yeah, Jeter had a very brief conversation with Fleming over there at first base.
The Yankees have batted around Gary Sheffield, the 9th batter of the inning. He hits that down to third, and that should end the inning. Low throw and a backhand stop by Kevin Millar. 5 runs for New York in the 6th at 7-4 Yankees.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
You know, being the play-by-play guy for the Red Sox.
Hey, Smokey, for an old guy, you still got it. You're the man, Smokey. You're the man. Please join the Bangor Lumberjacks and the Maine Forest Rangers in celebrating Smokey's 60th birthday. And please do your part to prevent wildfires in Maine.
Gentlemen, I give you my brand new high-def surround sound best picture you have ever seen. Prepare to be blown away.
By what? You didn't get Adelphia HD service?
Your HD TV just isn't complete without the Adelphia HD service. Call today to get Adelphia HD.
But I made nachos.
Hi, I'm Steve Schumann. Thank you for making Charlie's Maine's #1 Jeep dealer.
Maine's #1 Jeep dealer offers you the best value in America. Charlie's is Maine's #1 new car and truck dealer for the 6th year in a row. And Charlie's Jeep has the best selection ever. Over the past 17 years, no one in Maine has sold more Jeeps than Charlie's.
Come see why more than 6,000 customers a year buy cars and trucks at Charlie's.
See us first, see us last, but see us and save.
We go to the bottom of the 6th after a 5-run inning has given the Yankees a 7-4 lead. 32 minutes for the Yankees at bat. So John Leiber not sent back out there, and Paul Quantrill, a busy man, makes his 52nd appearance.
And they're always busy for whatever team he plays for. 52nd appearance, as Sean mentioned, 5-2 with a 2.93 ERA.
He's the league leader in appearances by 5 over his teammate Tom Gordon, facing Trotton Nixon. It was double to drive in a run and grounded out. Fenway crowd quiet now with the Yankee uprising as they reclaim the lead. Nixon with a high fly to deep center. Lofton backpedaling right in front of the wall. He makes the catch. Leiber pitched 5 innings, allowed 4 earned runs on 6 hits, walked 1 and struck out 4. He gave up 2 home runs. But he is in position for the win if the Yankee bullpen can protect the lead.
It's interesting, Sean. A lot is made about the appearances the Yankee bullpen has made, and they're going to tire out in the end. Red Sox are in the same situation. I mean, they're among the league leaders too. Timlin, Embry.
The top 5 in the league in appearances we showed earlier on the league leaders. Graphic, all either Red Sox or Yankees. Millar pops one foul back here. 0-2 the count on Kevin, who homered to left. Last time up, a solo home run in the fourth. One of the 2 long balls given up by Leiber. Bill Millar hit the other, a 2-run homer in the second. Those homers help build a 4-1 lead. Millar hits another one high and deep. If it stays fair, it is gone. And it is over everything, a home run. Well, Millar on a home run tear all of a sudden. And it's a 2-run game, 7-5. They've hit a couple of long flies against Quantrill. Nicks into the wall in straightaway center. This one over everything in left by Millar.
Yeah, Quantrill's only allowed, that's the second home run he's allowed this season. Millar has opened up his stance just a little bit over the last week. And since that time, he's swung the bat much better.
Third career 2-home run game for Kevin Millar. Herman as a member of the Red Sox last year at Milwaukee in interleague play. And Bill Millar takes a strike of the knees, 1-1. You don't even see many balls hit in the air against Quantrill, ordinarily with that good sinking action on his pitches that has the opposing hitters hitting the ball on the ground. Right down the middle for a strike. 1-2. Popped up. Jeter onto the outfield grass and left. 2 outs here in the 6th. The Yankees lead 7-5. Friends lock up.
Don't miss your chance to see the Red Sox of the future tomorrow night at 6 when the Portland Sea Dogs take on the Norwich Navigators live on NESN. Join Eric Fried and Bob Tewksbury from Hadlock Field in Portland, Maine for exciting minor league baseball.
Mark Bellhorn pinch hitting for Ricky Gutierrez, who went 0 for 2 tonight. Bellhorn takes the ball wide. He's hitting .260, 11 homers, 51 runs batted in. Two for his last 17 over the last 4 games. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bellhorn.
No, you're right, Sean. You know, Quantrill, a sinker ball pitcher. All 3 balls in this inning have been hit in the air. 1 deep to center, 1 for a home run, and of course the pop-up.
Been bothered by a knee problem this year, but obviously he's pitched his way through it. Or a brace that has bothered him. You can see that brace, I believe, on his right knee.
Yeah.
And we were in New York earlier this year. He was telling me that he really didn't like pitching with it. I was hoping he'd get used to it. Bellhorn hits one to the air in center. Lofton drifting back to make the catch. Well, certainly not a typical Paul Quantrill inning. 4 balls hit in the air, 1 left the park off the bat of Millar. 7-5 Yankees after 6.
Bristol Toyota is proud to announce its summer Camry clearance sale. How about a new 2004 Camry equipped, not stripped, with automatic transmission, AC, power windows and locks, CD, and more, all for $199 a month. This is not a lease. You own it. Bristol Toyota, the area's only 16-year President's Award dealer, has expanded its showroom and lot and is sure to have the new or certified pre-owned car you're looking for. And they'll do whatever it takes to earn your business. Also, be sure to visit RINewCarAds.com for more summer clearance specials. What are you waiting for? See why Bristol Toyota is the dealer where friends send friends every day.
Time for new furniture? Then it's time to save at Albert's. Pay no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments for 18 months. Albert's, just what you're looking for in a furniture store.
If you play it, wear it, hit it, throw it, shoot it, or pass it, then you can get it at Olympia Sports.
outfitting your family for over 28 years. Olympia's got you covered from head to toe with the hottest styles to keep you at the top of your game. Baseball season has arrived, and Olympia Sports is your headquarters with the best names in equipment, apparel, and footwear from Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour, Nike, and more. Get it at Olympia Sports. Shop with confidence, satisfaction guaranteed.
Scott Volkswagen announces its summer sales drive. How about a new 2004 Jetta GL for $13,955 or lease it for $170 a month? A new 2004 Passat for $1,880 or lease it for $229 a month. Scott Volkswagen has been selling and servicing Volkswagens for over 45 years. Our commitment to customers before and after the sale makes Scott the only smart choice. Also, be sure to see our other specials at rinewcarads.com. Visit Scott Volkswagen, Newport Ave, East Providence.
Fenway Park, I'm Dan Roach, getting set for the 7th inning here. Red Sox trailing 7-4. Time now for the Citizens Bank Not Your Typical Fan. And we start with Ken Casey, the basis for the Dropkick Murphys. A lot of Bruins fans may have heard of this band. They've played the Fleet Center, and he'll be here tomorrow with his band playing the national anthem and a song called Tessie. And we have a Tessie right next to us. Tell us about this song. Tell us about what you guys are doing here, and a lot of it for charity.
Tessie was a song from 1903 that the Red Sox fans used to sing. It was a horrible old song about a lady singing about her parrot. We found her parrot named Tessie. We found a much better Tessie right here, and we reworked the song, and the Red Sox decided to put it out on a charity single that comes out August 10th. We're going to play the song here at the park tomorrow and hopefully not get booed off the stage.
And where can you get the song once it comes out?
All the Red Sox, anywhere that sells Red Sox stuff in most record stores and whatnot. So.
And some of the Sox players did background vocals, right?
Yeah, Johnny Damon, Bronson Arroyo, and Lenny Donato, and they did a great job. Great job.
Great, thanks, and have fun with that tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we go from Ken to Teresa from Watertown, and this is for Jerry Remy. I spotted her wearing a Rem Dog T-shirt, and Jerry has a brand new shirt out, Teresa, we want to present to you. It's the Spankies Yuck, because of all the nasty T-shirts we see around here, signed by Jerry Remy. Teresa, congratulations. That's from the Rem Dog.
Thank you. Thank you, Rem Dog. I love you and Sean.
Guys, let's go back to you.
Well, we love you too. Spankies Yuck.
I figured I'd clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. Very creative.
I don't
like with that yourself, or is that one of your dedicated emailers to RemReport.com?
That idea came from the website. You can get it on the website, RemReport.com. Hey, a lot of kids don't like to wear the other ones, you know?
Or should they?
Right, exactly.
A-Rod 2 for 3, 2 singles against Curt Schilling, 1 and 2 against Timlin to open this, the 7th inning. And a ball just outside. Mark Bellhorn remains in the game as the second baseman after he pinch hit for Ricky Gutierrez to end the 6th. Curt Schilling went 5 1/3. He allowed 10 hits and 7 earned runs. Walked 2, struck out 3 through 112 pitches. If the Red Sox do not come back, he'll suffer his first loss of the season here at Fenway Park, where he is 7-0. A-Rod, Jason Giambi, and Jorge Posada. Rodriguez started last inning with the infield hit down the third base line, scored the first of their 5 runs that put them back on top. Swing and miss for strike 3. First strikeout to Timlin. He pitched an inning of relief.
A-Rod now with 82 strikeouts on the season, 2 for 4 tonight. Good sinking fastball from Timlin to pick up that strikeout. The fewest strikeout leaders in the league. Bellhorn leads with 110. Veritex in the top 10 with 82. 82 now for A-Rod. David Ortiz with 80.
There's a sign being held draped over the center field wall. So they're asking it to be removed.
That'd make a nice hitter's backdrop, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's nice when they hang a banner back there. Jason Giambi walked last inning, a 10-pitch at bat. Hard-earned walk. He came around to score the second run of the 5-run New York 6th. Shot past Timlin. That's Garcia Parra on the right side of the infield again. 2 outs. Time to check news.
The next 2 games between the Red Sox and Yankees are on national TV, but NESN returns to action Monday, live from Baltimore, as the Red Sox open up a 2-week road trip. Catch all the action starting at 6 as Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report.
Shot right past Timlin, and Jorge Posada has his 3rd straight hit. He struck out his first time up, but he's had 3 straight singles. And he's aboard with 2 outs.
Well, Posada came into this game struggling a little bit. The nice attempt at it by Mike Timlin, but hit too hard to get that ball in the glove.
And here's Hideki Matsui. He has grounded out, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. The Yankees have 12 hits now. 2 off Timlin. Pitched an inning in the 3rd relief. 1 strike on Matsui. Torrey and Stottlemyre have action in their bullpen. After a shaky bottom of the 6th from Paul Quantrill, that might be it for Paul.
Well, you might see Heredia in here because you got Damon, then Veritek and Ortiz due up.
Strike. The lefty Felix Heredia is warming up along with Tom Gordon, the former Red Sox closer, the right-hander. And of course, with the lead in the late innings, always the possibility we'll see Mariano Rivera. The 1-2 pitch. He struck it out with a fastball. That ends the inning. The 2nd strikeout for Timlin. 7th inning stretch at Fenway, 7-5 New York.
An American Revolution. You were drinking country water, trying to blow my head. Rubber-feeling woman, stop and lay my money down. Well, if you don't stop it, babe, find yourself sleeping in the ground.
A memo went out. Did you get it? It's calling for an end to individuality. It says that movies should be formulaic. It demands a style be ordinary. And sedans, well, they should just blend in. No leather interiors or navigation systems or powerful V6 engines. Funny, we never got that memo.
NESN's new 1-hour pregame show. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report. 1 hour before game time on NESN.
Are you looking to sell your home in Rhode Island or southeastern Massachusetts? Call Robert W. Clark at 1-866-9-RI-SOLD for your very own free market analysis. Go with Robert W. Clark, a proven performer. 1-866-9-RI-SOLD.
Sunday nights on Nesson, the Mad Fisherman Charlie Moore takes over to bring you Nesson Outdoors from 8 to 11 p.m. each Sunday night. Charlie will take you through the best outdoor programming that New England has to offer. So don't miss the Mad Fisherman Sundays on Nesson.
Clubhouse Tuesdays at 9 coming this fall on CBS 4. There's an all-star cast. Dean Cain was a terrific football player at Princeton. Johnny Damon bangs one up the middle, a base hit. So Paul Quantrill still not sharp. He was out there to start the inning despite the bullpen warming up. While the Yankees were batting, just about every ball's been hit hard since Quantrill's been in there. And Torrey and Stottlemyre pondering the possibilities.
Breaks up and 0 for 18 for Johnny Damon. This base hit up the middle. I was a little bit surprised. I thought, though, when I saw Heredia loosening up, that he would be in here to start the 7th inning. I think we'll definitely see him against Ortiz.
Quantrill pitches to Varitek. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Jason's 0 for 3. Reached on an arrow, and Hideki Matsui couldn't haul in his fly ball on the warning track in left center after a long run in the 5th. Damon runs, and Varitek hits a fair ball down the third base line. It hits the stands with 8 shot out. Cairns a long way away from Matsui, and Damon's going to score from first.
Well, you know, Sean, being 2 runs down is not the ideal time to put on a hit and run, but it's nice to see because it makes Varitek just reach out and flick at a ball. He finds that hole at third base between the bag and A-Rod. That's a ball he probably wouldn't swing at. Ends up bouncing off. Johnny Damon scores. It's a 1-run ball game.
That'll be the end for Quantrill. You wonder if Joe Torre's second-guessing himself for even having Quantrill come back out here to start the inning. Back-to-back hits. It's a 1-run game. The Red Sox have the tying run at second against Felix Heredia when we come back.
Free to move about the country.
This is it.
What is this?
Introducing the full-size 5.6-liter V8 Nissan Armada.
Oh, where are we?
Share the adventure.
On a winning streak, and during Hyundai's Winning Streak Summer Clearance, save big on the popular Hyundai Santa Fe. The Santa Fe costs $4,400 less than a Toyota Highlander when comparably equipped. And right now you get up to $2,250 cash back or 0% APR on every Santa Fe. Plus, Hyundai's dedication to quality lets us offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. So don't waste money. Smart size your SUV at Hyundai's Winning Streak Summer Clearance. Get a 2004 Hyundai Santa Fe with up to $2,250 cash back at your local Hyundai dealer.
Heredia fouled away by David Ortiz. Typical Red Sox-Yankee barn burner unfolding here at Fenway, a back-and-forth ball game. Heredia, the third pitcher of the night for New York. His 29th appearance of the year for the 29-year-old from the Dominican Republic. After a rough inning plus from Paul Quantrill, he almost hits Ortiz with that one. Quantrill out after 18 pitches, 14 of them strikes. And so far responsible for 2 runs on 3 hits. And he's responsible for the runner Jason Varitek at second, who represents the tying run. Might be one batter and out for Heredia, with Manny Ramirez and Nomar Garcia-Parra up next. And a right-hander, Tom Gordon, warming up, fouled into the seats by the Red Sox dugout. Joe Torre made a defensive change at the start of this inning. Tony Clark in to play first base.
Sean, getting back to that hit and run play, one thing that play does, it makes the hitter concentrate more, because you know you have to make contact. And Varitek that time probably swinging at a pitch he wouldn't normally swing at. He did make the contact, and it ends up being a successful play.
But it is unusual for the 2-run game in the late innings.
Especially with a guy that can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
A guy can hit the ball out of the park, and other guys who can hit the ball out of the park coming up behind him to run the risk of getting that runner thrown out. Then you no longer have the tying run at the plate.
But I'd rather see that than do nothing.
Pulled foul.
One more look at the hit and run. Damon off at first base, and Jason Varitek goes after a pitch that's away, down and away, and just pokes it right down that left field line. A favorable bounce for the Red Sox that's going to allow Damon to score all the way from first base.
Seven, 6 Yankees. The hits are 12-9 in favor of New York. This will be a great time for Ortiz to come up with his first hit ever against Felix Heredia. The 2-2 pitch just outside. Now the payoff to Ortiz. Ball 4 low and away. It was not close. That puts the go-ahead run on base, and it brings Joe Torre right back to the mound to go summon Tom Gordon, with Manny Ramirez coming up. Typical Red Sox-Yankee affair here at Fenway Park. More Friday Night Baseball after this.
Who do you call when you need a car? Lincoln Mercury of Raynham.
At Lincoln Mercury of Raynham, buy a brand new Grand Marquis for only $17,899, or lease a new Mountaineer or Monterey for only $199 a month.
Call 508-880-0000. Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. 508-880-0000.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extramart has all your bases covered. Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extramart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
All this month at Extramart, Pringles are specially priced, just 2 for $3. Pringles, once you pop, you just can't stop.
Priced right and ready to go, Extramart is always a home run.
Money on your mind? At Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
Scott Volkswagen announces its summer sales drive. How about a new 2004 Jetta GL for $13,955 or lease it for $170 a month? A new 2004 Passat for $1,880 or lease it for $229 a month. Scott Volkswagen has been selling and servicing Volkswagens for over 45 years. Our commitment to customers before and after the sale makes Scott the only smart choice. Also, be sure to see our other specials at rinewcarads.com. Visit Scott Volkswagen, Newport Ave, East Providence.
Batter now for Felix Heredia. He walked David Ortiz on 7 pitches, putting the go-ahead run on board. 2 men on, nobody out in a 1-run game. Here's Tom Gordon, the 4th pitcher of the night. His 48th appearance of the year. Second in the league in that category, right behind his teammate Paul Quantrill. Here's Manny Ramirez for the chance to tie it or put the Sox ahead. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Manny is 0 for 3, has struck out a couple of times. Gordon, the former Red Sox closer, against the American League's leading home run hitter. 7-6 Yankees, bottom of the 7th. 1 run into this inning. Fouled off the mitt of Posada. Manny quickly in an 0-2 hole.
Gordon, of course, with that live fastball, 95, 96 miles an hour. Slider. And, of course, a nasty curveball.
5 for 28 in his career as Ramirez against Gordon, just the 1 homer. Veritek, the runner at second, Ortiz at first. Ramirez up with Nomar Garcia-Parra on deck. The 0-2. Chopped foul. Wide of third into the Yankee dugout. Only 2 hits allowed in 8 innings against the Red Sox for Gordon. The 36-year-old Floridian who pitched for the Red Sox in 1996 through 99. $34,933 on hand. The vast majority hoping for a big hit from Ramirez. The 0-2 dribbled slowly to short. They'll try to turn 2, and they do. 6-4-3, Jeter, Cairo, and Clark, and now it's Veritek at third and 2 outs.
Manny now is hit into 13 double plays. That's second most in the American League. Only Damian Millar and Tejada have hit into more, 14. 2 huge outs for Tom Gordon on 1 pitch.
So it'll be up to the birthday boy Garcia-Parra. Nomar celebrating his 31st birthday. Trying to deliver Veritek from third with 2 outs with the tying run. Nomar an infield hit in 3 trips. He is grounded out twice. He scored after the hit back in the second. Look out, that hit him on the back of the shoulder, it appeared, and the shoulder blade.
Gordon trying to go up and in with that fastball and catches Nomar right in the back or off the tricep, somewhere in that area. Shoulder.
The tricep. So he's at first, the go-ahead run. No action in the bullpen. Torrey has used his best relievers now with Quantrill, Heredia, and Gordon, his best relievers to get to Rivera. They'll likely hope that Gordon can get them to Rivera. But here's Nixon, who's hit the ball hard tonight. He doubled down the right field line to knock in a run and scored in the second. Grounded out in the 4th. Fly to deep center, sent Lofton back near the wall to make the catch against Paul Quantrill last inning. Trotz had a lot of big hits against the Yankees, most notably against Roger Clemens when he wore the pinstripes. The ball high. Trout's been coming to life with the bat lately, with the 1 for 3 tonight, 9 for his last 24. Facing his former teammate Gordon. Fouled back here. He just missed that one. Tech. The runner at third. Representing the tying run, Garcia Parra, the go-ahead run at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 to Nixon. Hit in the air in the left. Matsui on the run, and he makes the catch. On the edge of the warning track. Nixon hit it hard again, but Matsui was able to run it down. Red Sox settle for 1 and still trail 7-6.
The Nissan Pathfinder, one of the 10 best engines, 10 years running. For close to 20 years, it's been known for its all-around capability. Nissan Pathfinder, its reputation goes a long way. For limited time only, get $3,250 cash back on Pathfinder 4x4s at your Nissan dealers now. $3,250 cash back. That's strength in numbers.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extramart has all your bases covered. Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extramart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
All this month at Extramart, Pringles are specially priced at just 2 for $3. Pringles, once you pop, you just can't stop.
Priced right and ready to go, Extramart is always a home run.
I'm Pat Goss for BG Products. A clean engine is an efficient engine, and the best way to keep your engine and fuel system clean is with BG 44K. Fuel byproducts build up in your engine and fuel system over time, reducing power and economy. Just add a can of BG 44K every other oil change to keep your engine running at its peak. Ask for BG 44K by name at better dealerships and garages everywhere. I'm Pat Goss.
Sumptuous leather and rich wood trim tastefully adorn the interior of the Land Rover Discovery, creating a driving experience that is the very definition of luxury. Of course, should the occasion arise, it's not bad off-road either. Begin your adventure today. The 2004 Discovery, available for 0% APR financing.
Remy, Dan Roach, delighted to have you with us for Friday Night Baseball tonight on CBS 4 in the Boston area. Another exciting ball game between the Red Sox and the Yankees. New York up a run, and the new pitcher for Boston is Curtis Leskanic.
Last outing was Tuesday up in Seattle. An inning in that game, a couple of hits, his 32nd overall on the season. Key to Leskanic is getting ahead and throwing strikes. He's got good stuff, a good fastball, good slider, but he needs to get ahead of hitters.
Threw ball 1 to Miguel Cairo up for the first time tonight. He came in as a pinch runner during the 5-run 6th and scored. He takes a borderline strike. He's had a very good year for the Yankees. The one big question mark was second base when the season began. Cairo is at 296. 3 homers and 22 runs batted in. Hits that in the air. In right center, Nixon drifting over. 1 out. Mike Timlin pitched an inning in 2/3 of scoreless relief. He gave up 2 hits, including a double to Williams, the first man he faced, that allowed 2 runs to score that were charged to Schilling. No walks and 2 strikeouts for Timlin. Leskanic, the 3rd pitcher of the night for Boston. Here's Kenny Lofton. He's been a pest. RBI single in the 5th, a double with another RBI, a run scored in the 6th. Turned as if the bun took a strike inside part of the plate. I wonder if we'll see Mariano Rivera warming up soon here in the 8th inning. He is doing some stretching right now. He leads the league with 34 saves, including 1 in each of his last 22 opportunities. Lofton chased a high pitch and fouled it straight back.
I believe he's got those 33 saves. I think he's only blown 1 all season. 34 for 35 for Rivera.
I mean, 32 saves before the All-Star break. That was the American League record. Too shy of the Major League record of 34 by John Smoltz. Check swing down to Millar for the out.
Fans, in addition to the week-long fantasy camps in Florida during the winter, the Red Sox have a new one-day fantasy day for you at Fenway Park on August 3rd. The day includes practice, a 9-inning game, and a day of baseball with some of your favorite legends. This Fenway Fantasy requires a $3,500 donation to the Red Sox Foundation, and spots are limited. Call 888-901-PLAY.
Top of the order for the 5th time for New York, Bernie Williams, with 2 outs and the bases empty. Ball 1, low and away. Bernie's had a good day. Has grounded out, doubled, walked, and doubled again. The last double against Mike Timlin in the 6th, drove in 2. Tapped that 5-run inning. He was fooled on that pitch by Leskanic.
That slider that time, Sean, from Leskanic almost goes straight down.
Very sharp. Fastball. Really got by Veritek. The most relieved man that it didn't is the home plate umpire Tim Timmons, who might have taken that one right in the midsection. Low. 3-1. Both bullpens quiet at the moment. Williams, a 5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winner in his very solid 14-year career. Millar has got a busy night down there. A 12-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Leskanic to go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-6 New York.
Flying to the Washington area for business? If these 23 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore Washington International, maybe this will. You can fly to BWI for just $49 one way.
You are now free to move about the country.
It's that time again. There's no question who to turn to. It's about understanding old friends. It's about sincerity, trust, and understanding. It's who we are, and it's the only way we know how to be. Sakuchi Lincoln Mercury Honda. Our reputation is your protection.
Stay in and get out each week with Nesson Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware. Nesson Outdoors is New England's only outdoor programming block featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, Camo Country, Divers Down, and The Ride. It's 3 hours of fresh air, fun, and more. Charlie Moore, Nesson's own mad fisherman, and your host each week for Nesson Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware, Sunday nights at 8 on Nesson.
I can't wait to get a 3-pound. This is perfect.
All right, hold on.
Oh, hey, Bob, what's the matter? What's wrong?
Listen, we got to do this promo.
No promo, Bob. I'm doing a TV show. I'm catching fish. I need to catch some fish.
Listen, I'm the producer.
We're going to go down to producer. Okay, fine, producer Bob. What's the promo?
It's Charlie Moore's Summer of Fun.
Really? Well, you know what, Bob? For you, I'm going to do this promo.
It's the Charlie Moore Summer of Fun on Nesson, with a cool summer full of hot Charlie Moore episodes every Sunday night at 8 on Nesson.
Kevin Millar, after the first one, he pops it foul out of play. Millar has homered in each of his last 2 at-bats. Solo homers, both to left. 2 for 3 tonight. Bill Miller, the last Red Sox player to hit 3 homers in a game. Of course, that was last year at Texas. Millar hits one high and deep to left. And there it is. The 3rd home run of the night, and it ties up the ball game. His third homer of the night in 3 consecutive at-bats. And this one is tied at 7.
And he's done it against 2 guys that don't give up home runs. Quantrill had only given up 1. This is only the 3rd that Gordon has allowed this year.
Fans have been waiting for more production from Millar. And he has come to life. 2 homers in the just concluded Baltimore series. 3 tonight, his first career 3-homer game. He was upset that he heard some boos here recently. Said you shouldn't boo unless it's about a lack of effort, and that hasn't been the case for me. Well, they're cheering now. They want him to come back out. Here's Bill Miller, the last man to hit 3 in a game for the Red Sox. Clark, low throw. Gordon can't field it. And Bill Miller is safe at first, and Gabe Kapler is going to run for Miller.
Well, when Tony Clark started to back up on that play, it looked like trouble. He made the catch in the ground ball, but then the throw's going to be very low to first base. Here's Clark backing up to make the play on the bounce. Now the throw is down around the ankles and the foot of Tom Gordon. Very tough for him to handle that.
They've scored that an error on Tony Clark for the low throw. It's the second Yankee error. Kapler runs for Miller. Mark Bellhorn bats for the second time. Big pinch hit against Paul Quantrill and fly to deep center in the 6th. Last Red Sox player to hit 3 homers at Fenway was Nomar Garcia-Parra 2 years ago today on his birthday, July 23rd, 2002 against Tampa Bay, the game we mentioned earlier when he had 3 homers and 8 runs batted in a 22-4 rout of Tampa Bay in an afternoon game, first of a doubleheader. Four homers for Boston tonight. The Yankees have hit just 1. Red Sox don't bunt often, will they here?
I think it's an excellent chance to bunt here. You're late in the game, the 8th inning. 1 sacrifice this year for Bellhorn.
And 8 for the Red Sox as a team. Red Sox fewest sacrifice bunts in the league. Bellhorn trying to do that, fouls it off.
Got to get a good pitch. That was a cut fastball from Tom Gordon, burying back into the hands of Bellhorn.
Bellhorn with Johnny Damon on deck. Still no Rivera warming up. Gordon misses up and away. Of course, now it's no longer a save situation. Keith Folk is warming up. Red Sox hoping they can take the lead right here and get Folk into a save situation in the top of the 9th. And some big boppers are coming up for New York. Jeter, Sheffield, and Rodriguez.
Now, these throws to first designed for 2 things. First of all, to keep Kapler close. Second, to see if Bellhorn will give away if he's bunting again.
A-Rod in on the grass at 3rd. He is bunting, and he pops it foul.
Got to get on top of the baseball. That's a high fastball there from Tom Gordon in the barrel of the bat of Bellhorn underneath the baseball. You really should put the bat at the top of the strike zone. If it's above that, you let it go.
7-7 the score. Yankees led 1-0. Boston took a 4-1 lead. New York battled back, take a 7-4 lead. Now the Red Sox have scored 3 unanswered runs. Right back to Gordon. And he goes to Jeter for the out. So Bellhorn can't get it done with the sacrifice. He reaches on a fielder's choice.
Now, you know, Sean, this team has been asked to bunt so little this season that it's almost like when it comes up, it's a surprise. And that time, Bellhorn not able to get the job done with the bunt. Lynn Jones back coaching at first base tonight for the Red Sox.
Isn't that great to see after the very serious eye injury suffered in an accident in his home? We'll keep an eye on Bellhorn, who has stolen 4 without being caught. Kevin Millar's 3rd homer of the game is tied. Here's Johnny Damon. He singled and scored last inning. The only other Red Sox player to hit 3 homers in a game against the Yankees was Mo Vaughn. Damon drives one toward the gap in left center. Over the head of Matsui. Bellhorn had to hesitate to see if he would catch it. He goes to third on a double.
Johnny Damon, 2 hits tonight. A line shot quickly getting over the head of Matsui. You're right. Bellhorn hesitated for a second because he wanted to make sure that ball was not caught. Continues on to third base, but they have to stop him at third base. The Yankees quickly got that ball back into the infield. Up over the glove of Matsui. The bounce goes out to Kenny Lofton, and he quickly gets it back in. Yankees now pull the infield in with Veritek at the plate.
2 straight hits for Damon as he comes out of an 0 for 18. Go ahead run at third. Another runner at second. 1 out. Infield in. Veritek fouls one off the catcher Posada. Jason is grounded to first. Struck out. Reached down an area by Matsui, who dropped his fly ball after a long run. It was a tough error on the warning track in the 5th. And Jason doubled right off the end of the bat down the third base line in the left field to drive in Damon, who was running with the pitch from first. That was last inning. 1 strike on Veritek. Ortiz on deck. Hit hard and foul. Just wide of first.
Veritek begging for a fair ball on this ground ball. Couldn't convince the umpire of it.
Bellhorn and Damon in scoring position. Veritek in an 0-2 hole. The pitch from Gordon up and away. You mentioned it regularly. The opposing pitchers, when Veritek gets 2 strikes, trying to get him to chase that high fastball, and he has been quite often. He did when he struck out back in the 3rd against Leiber. Now the 1-2 pitch. Good job to foul that one off by Veritek.
Veritek, very protective ball outside corner, just trying to make some kind of contact. Too close to take. Fouls it off. Has another chance.
The Red Sox in need of a win that might spark a turnaround and get them out of this malaise that has lasted for a couple of months. Another 1-2 pitch. He wouldn't chase that high fastball either. He's laid off a couple to get the count to 2-2.
A lot of fastballs from Gordon. See if he goes here to his curveball.
He did, and he struck him out with it. Huge strikeout for Gordon. Now there are 2 outs. The infield can back up. And it'll be up perhaps to David Ortiz. They can pitch carefully to David with first base open.
Now he's got Veritek thinking up, high fastball, and then he comes back with that hook, chases a bad pitch, and those runners remain at second and third.
That's probably what this conversation is about. They do have the left-handed hitting Ortiz up and first base open, but it's Manny Ramirez on deck. Manny is a right-handed hitter, but one of the great hitters in the game. Although Manny has had a very tough time tonight. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Last time up against Gordon, he grounded into a big double play last inning.
Manny Ramirez 179 in his career coming into the game against Gordon with a home run. Ortiz 1 for 2, and that one hit a home run.
Here's Ortiz. Was singled, walked, grounded to short, and walked again. Looks like they'll pitch to him, probably very carefully. Go ahead run at third for the Red Sox. Another runner at second. 1 run in to tie the game here in the 8th, and a fastball strike from Gordon.
Maybe Ortiz expected a little more carefully than that.
Only 2 at bats, 1 hit, and the 1 hit a home run. Ortiz against Gordon. 7-7 to score. The hits 12-11 in favor of the Yankees. New York has made 2 errors. Off the mid of Posada, not far enough away for Bellhorn to try it. He boxed that pitch, but it only went about 15 feet toward the Yankee dugout. And Bellhorn wisely did not try to come down the line.
Yeah, it was a fastball he just didn't catch, but deadened it enough where it didn't roll all that far away. And, of course, that's an easy decision there for Bellhorn to make.
The 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Another one that handcuffed Posada. Red Sox just 1 for 10 with men in scoring position tonight. They relied on the long ball. The 3 homers by Kevin Millar and the 2-run shot by Bill Miller for the bulk of their run scoring tonight. The only hit with a man in scoring position was the Miller homer back in the 2nd. They tried Nixon at second base. Up and away. 3-1. Gordon wants a new baseball. Time called. Three-1 pitch. Strike. Ortiz started to pull the trigger, did not. Swing the bat, and now it's a full count.
Breaking ball above the belt. A high strike called.
It looks like Posada's fighting every pitch now.
Yeah, it really does. Having a tough time catching Gordon.
A payoff pitch to Ortiz. Fouled away. They're not pitching all that carefully to him. Coming right after him.
3-2 breaking ball there from Gordon. Ortiz fouls off. Been a struggle tonight for the Yankee bullpen. Usually that's been a strong suit for him.
Quantrill gave up 2 runs in an inning. Heredia walked the only batter he faced. Gordon's given up 1 run on the Millar homer and trying to get out of the 2 men in scoring position jam. Curt Schilling was on the hook for the loss. His comeback gets him off the hook. He will not suffer his first loss of the year here at Fenway. Swing and a miss, and they apply the tag on Ortiz for strike 3. So Gordon gets back-to-back strikeouts of Varitek and Ortiz to keep it a tie game. But the Red Sox tie it. Kevin Millar has hit 3 home runs tonight. His 3rd off Gordon in the bottom of the 8th made it 7-7.
I can't wait to get a 3-ton. This is perfect.
All right, hold on.
Oh, hey, Bud, what's the matter? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Listen, we got to do this promo.
No promo, Bob. I'm doing a TV show. I'm catching fish. I need to catch some fish.
Listen, I'm the producer. We need...
Oh, we're going to go down to producer. Okay, fine, producer Bob. What's the promo?
It's Charlie Moore's Summer of Fun.
Really? Well, you know what, Bob? For you, I'm going to do this promo.
It's the Charlie Moore Summer of Fun on Nessun with a cool summer full of hot Charlie Moore episodes every Sunday night at 8 on Nessun. Stay in and get out each week with Nessun Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware. Nessun Outdoors is New England's only outdoor programming block featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, Camo Country, Divers Down, and The Ride. It's 3 hours of fresh air, fun, and more. Charlie Moore, Nessun's own mad fisherman, and your host each week for Nessun Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware, Sunday nights at 8 on Nessun.
This month on NewEnglandPGA.com, we visit the Sugar Bush Resort in Warren, Vermont. Plus, we'll look at the revitalization of a Boston area favorite, the Brookline Golf Club at Putterham. I'll tour my home course, Granite Links Golf Club, and our 18 holes. Then we travel to Lake Winnipesaukee Golf Club and give you a sneak peek at one of the finest clubhouses in the country. All that, plus expert PGA instruction and Play Golf America events on NewEnglandPGA.com. Seen exclusively on Nessun. Watch this week at these times.
For Bill Millar, and the new pitcher warmed up long enough to come into this tie ball game. Keith Folk.
43rd appearance for Folk. His last was Tuesday. He picked up a save against the Mariners. The 3 strikeouts in that ball game in his inning.
Curtis Lescanic pitched 1 perfect inning. It'll come down to a battle of the closers, it seems. Jeter hits one high, but hooking, foul. Home run distance. That'll get your blood flow moving more quickly. Jeter 0 for 4 tonight. That'll scare into Folk right away. The Red Sox hopefully will not look back at that bottom of the 8th when they had 2 men in scoring position with 1 out, the tying run already in, and got back-to-back strikeouts. They had a chance to take the lead without Mariano Rivera getting in the ball game. Now they're undoubtedly going to see Rivera in the bottom of the 9th. He's warming up. Jeter, Sheffield, and Rodriguez, 2, 3, and 4 hitters against Folk, who throws strike 2. There's Rivera. When you look for the reasons, Jerry, why the Red Sox are in the situation they're in, so far behind the Yankees, the strikeouts. Another reason, they just strike out at an alarming rate more than any team in Major League Baseball. Jeter pops it up. Damon has it. 1 out here in the 9th.
Yeah, second and third and one out and no contact. Back-to-back strikeouts to leave those runners out there.
Red Sox batters have fanned 6 times tonight. 726 times this year. Tops in the American League. Here's Gary Sheffield, who homered in the first off Schilling. Into the light standard underneath the Coke bottle. His 20th homer of the year. Hasn't had it out of the infield since. He looked at ball 1 from Polk. Right off the end of the bat. 1-1. The Red Sox have Ramirez, Garcia, Parra, and Nixon coming up in the bottom of the 9th, likely against Mariano Rivera. A weak team with some big lumber up in the 9th inning. Inside, 2-1. Polk, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Red Sox. Schilling went 5 1/3. Timlin an inning and 2/3. Leskanic an inning. Wow, that looked like a strike.
And that's a pitch that Polk has to have. He has to work the corners with his fastball. It's not overpowering, only 88 miles an hour, and relies on that control.
That's outside from the overhead view. And a pitch that looked to be called a strike a lot of the night. Tim Timmons had a good night back there. Very few beefs from hitters or pitchers for the home plate umpire. Three for 5, Sheffield against Polk. Foul back here. A full count on Sheffield with Rodriguez on deck. Red Sox lead the season series 6-4, but the Yankees have won the last 3 after their 3-game sweep in the Bronx, June 29th, 30th, and July 1st. Red Sox haven't won the season series since 1999 from the Yankees.
Sheffield put it on another tough at bat. Very tough to strike out.
Well, he swings hard and generates some incredible bat speed.
Yes, he does.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Polk and Sheffield. And it's hit high in the air and deep in left, back by the wall and off the wall, about 2/3 of the way up. It's a double for Sheffield. But Jeter didn't miss a home run by much with a long foul ball. Sheffield didn't miss one by much. Well, the ball near the top of the wall.
And it's a changeup, too, from Polk, and it's down, and still Sheffield able to lift it. When it left the bat, it looked like it had a chance. But it hits about 3/4 of the way up that wall. Sheffield thought it'd have a chance. He's not running yet. And then when he realized it wasn't going to get out of there, he had to turn it up a little bit to get that double.
Now Alex Rodriguez with the go-ahead run in scoring position and 1 out. A-Rod 2 for 4 tonight. Couple of singles, a run scored. He struck out twice. He took ball 1. Facing Keith Polk, who was excellent for most of the year, but has not been particularly good lately. Monday night in Seattle, he blew his 5th save of the season.
Usually, Sean, when he gets in trouble, it's because he's lost location with his fastball. His changeup, for the most part, has been very good.
This is not a save situation, but the graphic indicative of the struggles lately for Polk. It was just about automatic early on. He's had the upper hand in his battles with Alex Rodriguez. Be followed by Tony Clark. They put Clark in defensively for Giambi in the bottom of the 7th. And they had a 7-5 lead. Ordinarily, you'd say they'd lose a lot of offense, but with the season Giambi has had, that's been a disappointment. And with a surprisingly good year Clark's had with the bat, this year really very little difference between the two. Batting average and power numbers quite similar for Giambi and Clark. Pulled foul, a changeup right over the head of the third base umpire, Mike Winters.
And that's a changeup that did stay up in the zone. And fortunately for Folk, Rodriguez fouls it off. Usually he keeps his pitch down, but that time it stayed up. But still enough off speed to have Rodriguez out in front.
Two balls and 2 strikes. One out, top of the 9th in a 7-7 game. Red Sox had a 3-run lead at 4-1. The Yankees came back. They took a 3-run lead. 7-4. The Red Sox have scored 3 unanswered runs to make it 7-7. The 2-2. Hit in the air to left. Manny running after it. That ball is off the scoreboard. Sheffield will score the go-ahead run. Now the Yankees lead 8-7. And the recent struggles continue for Keith Folk. Alex Rodriguez has his 3rd hit of the night. It's a wall single for A-Rod.
Yeah, remember we talked about location of the fastball, and even though that was inside part of the plate, A-Rod with the hands inside the baseball plants it off that scoreboard, and the Yankees come right back with a run of their own to take the lead. Offensive night here at Fenway Park tonight.
15 runs, 25 hits between the two teams. Tony Clark takes the ball just outside. His first at bat of the night. He's a .244 hitter. 10 homers and 32 runs batted in for Clark. He's at 3 homers in 6 games against the Red Sox this year. Borderline strike. Tony thought it was outside. He might be right. Of course, Tony spent the 2002 season with the Red Sox and hit 3 homers the entire year. In 90 games, he's at 3 homers against Boston in 6 games as a Yankee. Been around a while, but still just 32 years old. Looks like his career was coming to an end when he was here. He was with the Mets last year, hit .232. After some great years in Detroit. 3 times hit more than 30 homers in a season for the Tigers, taking advantage of that short porch in the old Tiger Stadium. The runner goes, the pitch a ball, the throw not in time, and A-Rod has a stolen base, his 19th of the year.
And he picked a great pitch to go on. He got the changeup from Folk, and that's the difference at second base. Remember early in the game, A-Rod complaining at first base how soft it was, couldn't get a jump. It's almost like a walking lead they allowed him to get that time. A good throw by Veritek, but the changeup's the difference.
Good change up there, swung on and missed. 3-2. And another change up to strike him out. Clark fans, he goes down swinging. The first strikeout of the night for Folk.
Change up again from Folk. That's a good one, moving down and away from Tony Clark. And Tony Clark, you mentioned, had his struggles here, but certainly carried himself with dignity and class through it all.
One of the best guys to play for the Red Sox in a long, long time. He's done a very good job for the Yankees. And here's Posada trying to bring in that insurance run from second with Rodriguez there and 2 outs. 1 run in here in the 9th for New York, and a strike belt high on the inside corner. Rivera is ready in the Yankee bullpen. They'll try to save it for Gordon. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Hit for Ramirez, Garcia, Parra, and Nixon due up. Posada 3 straight singles after he struck out back in the 2nd. He's knocked in a run and scored 1 tonight. Same pitch.
And Posada didn't agree with either one of those calls. Just about the exact same pitch, back to back.
The 0-2. Little cue shot off the end of the bat, and Youkilis makes a smart play. Tags Rodriguez to end the inning. Would have been hard to throw out Posada after handling that ball with all that spin. So the Red Sox will have to face Rivera with some big bats coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
We can't reverse the curse. We can't rewind the week.
It's back, and it's very good!
Tune in Granite City Red Sox Rewind, a 30-minute Red Sox review, playing back a week's worth of player profiles and interviews, game highlights, locker room reaction, team news, notes, and more. After an exciting week in Red Sox Nation, unwind with Rewind, hosted by Eric Freed. Granite City Red Sox Rewind, Monday and Tuesday nights on NESN. David Ortiz, the nation's newest all-star slugger.
Thank you very much, David Ortiz.
He's a home run and RBI machine with a smile as big as his swing. And we're talking Red Sox Nation big. Monday, Sox-Orioles coverage at 6 on NESN.
This month on NewEnglandPGA.com, we visit the Sugar Bush Resort in Warren, Vermont. Plus, we'll look at the revitalization of a Boston area favorite, the Brookline Golf Club at Putterham. I'll tour my home course, Granite Links Golf Club, and our 18 holes. Then we travel to Lake Winnipesaukee Golf Club and give you a sneak peek at one of the finest clubhouses in the country. All that, plus expert PGA instruction and Play Golf America events on NewEnglandPGA.com. Seen exclusively on NESN. Watch this week at these times.
For scores, interviews, highlights, and more, tune in to NESN Sports Desk. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. NESN Sports Desk, mornings starting at 5.
Fourth game, typical wild affair between the Yankees and Red Sox. New York with a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And the Red Sox will have to score at least 1 run to have this ball game continue, and they'll need to do it against one of the great closers of all time, Mariano Rivera.
34 saves and 35 opportunities. Opponents only hitting .202 against Rivera. He's only allowed 1 home run in the season, but home runs have been what carried the Red Sox tonight. We mentioned Quantrill had only given up 1, Gordon 2. But Millar was able to get both of them for a home run.
He's tied with Danny Graves of Cincinnati for the major league lead in saves with 34. Ramirez, Garcia, Parra, and Nixon due up. Rivera looking for career save number 318 for his 35th of the year. If he gets the save, he'll tie Rick Aguilera for 10th place on Major League Baseball's all-time save list with 318. 6 times an All-Star, Mariano Rivera. And here's Ramirez, who's had a frustrating night. 0 for 4. Struck out to end the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Struck out with a man in scoring position in the fifth and bounced into a double play. With 2 men on and nobody out in the seventh, and the Red Sox were looking at a big inning. That killed the inning. Strike one. One homer for Ramirez in 27 career at bats against Rivera. He's the 5th pitcher of the night for New York, trying to save it for Tom Gordon. In the air and right. Routine play for Sheffield. One out. Big difference in the ball game tonight. Red Sox 1 for 11 with men in scoring position. The Yankees 6 for 15.
Yeah, just over the last couple of innings, the Red Sox have had a chance to have a huge lead going into the 9th inning. Not the case.
Here's Nomar. One for 3 on his 31st birthday, an infield hit. He was hit by a pitch by Gordon on the back of the left shoulder in the 7th inning. The ball inside. Good numbers against Rivera. 6 for 15. And Nomar against Mariano.
It's remarkable what this man has done in a Yankee uniform, and basically with one pitch, a cut fastball.
Right at the third baseman, Rodriguez, 2 outs. How is he able to do it? It's just so much movement.
I talk to players about it all the time, and it breaks so late. You know, he throws hard. I mean, he's always up over 90, and it just breaks so late that it's very hard to pick up. Inside to Nomar, a little cut on it, makes him pull the ball, and the ground ball top spin right down to A-Rod at third base.
Nixon takes a first pitch strike. He's hit the ball hard tonight, but has just one hit to show for it. His RBI double down the right field line in the second. Fly to the wall in center field in the 6th. Lined out. The left fielder Matsui made a nice running catch, running toward the gap in the 7th. Inside. Three for 8 in his career against Rivera. Yankees lead 8-7. 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 9th. Low. Nixon could reach. It's Kevin Millar who's had the great night with 3 home runs on deck. All them solo homers to left. A pop-up. Posada has room and makes the catch. And the Yankees win. A 1-2-3 ninth and just 9 pitches for Mariano Rivera. Well, more of the same for the Red Sox and the Yankees in this 2004 season. The Yankees finding a way to win. Red Sox with some loud noises, but just could not find a way to get some key hits when they needed them. And New York takes game 1 of this 3-game series, 8-7. Their lead now 9.5.
David Ortiz, the nation's newest all-star slugger.
Thank you very much, David Ortiz.
He's a home run and RBI machine with a smile as big as his swing.
You're watching WFVX, Fox 22 Bangor.
Home to the MLB playoffs and the World Series.
Fox Sports, celebrating 10 years of excellence.
Friday night gave way to Mother Nature's display of the wet stuff, forcing the delay of the Red Sox and Yankees. But believe me, this will be worth the wait. Special time, special show. We welcome you inside the Fox Network Center. That's Kevin Kennedy. I'm Jeannie Zelasco. Yes, still. This is Fox Saturday Baseball, your game of the week. Delayed about 45 minutes in Boston. This is coming maybe as news to the Yankees, who were already in the shower thinking the game was called. Now, how could that happen, Kevin?
Well, you said Curt Schilling started. You know, Curt Schilling's a passionate guy, Jeannie. This guy got upset last night after giving up 7 runs, 10 hits, and 5 1/3 innings. Dave Walsh consoling him. I mean, you don't see a veteran guy like this staying on the bench getting upset, but Curt Schilling knows the importance of beating the Yankees. He didn't do it last night, even though he had a no decision. And once again, the Red Sox fall back another game, 9.5 games out. Now they're a half a game from the wild card as well.
Yeah, good guy with his heart on the sleeve. For me to trip and fall down in a game like this is inexcusable. It is incredibly disappointing. That's Curt Schilling speaking. Do you still think this is just another 9 innings on the schedule? Think again.
Let's get it on. The Yankees will win the game. That's one of the greatest games you will ever see.
You can never prepare for this. People can tell you all they want about how intense every series is, how intense the Boston series is. You can never describe how it is until you play it.
When I realized last winter that the Patriots were winning like 30 straight games and every front page story was about the Red Sox, I started to get an inkling of what it meant. I mean, there's so much respect between the two organizations on a player's level, and so much hatred in the bleachers.
Yankees Red Sox. It goes back to the days of the Babe, Teddy Ballgame, Joe D. It is not just another game. From the owner's box down to the stands, right under the field.
The passion, just the raw passion on the streets for this franchise, it's unparalleled. I've never seen anything like it.
You don't even have to do anything for the intensity to be there. You can just run on the field and you can just feel it.
So could it be possible that the rivalry has gotten more intense in recent history? Since 1998, New York and Boston have finished the season 1-2 respectively in the AL East. Voodoo and curses aside, since the Babe put on those slimming pinstripes, it's the Red Sox nation zip, evil empire, 26.
The Yankees are stacked, but I've been in October, and the only thing that really matters is getting there. I don't care if we get there as a wild card. I'd love to get there as a division champion, but I just want to get there and get on that stage. And I think if we do that, we got a shot.
Two of the most historic franchises in sports, the best rivalry in sports. I lived it, and I always said if you can manage in Boston or New York, you can make it anywhere. Didn't?
Yeah,
not to say that
I
about
think
New
you
York.
might have said that once, yes. Finding success. The way Tony La Russa sees it, winning sets off chemistry. Of course, teams can't win on chemistry alone, so physical talent has to fit in there somewhere. Fortunately for the Cardinals skipper, his club has it all.
Cardinals win! You talk about a total team effort.
It's the most productive trio in the National League. Edmonds, Pujols, Scott, Roland, probably the leading candidate right now for National League MVP, leading the world in driving in runs. Pujols right there matching him as well.
Of course, Cardinals having to deal with birthday boy today. Barry Bonds has spent a career obliterating numbers, home runs, walks, and now this. He's 40. So what? Well, it is rare for players to stretch their careers like this, and Barry's even blowing that stat because he's getting better with age. Home run number 683 last night. If you're counting, then we know you are.
As long as we're trying to take care of ourselves and we're happy, that's priceless. You know, you don't have to be on TV to be rich. You just have to do whatever you feel that you like to do and you're happy doing, and that's a rich person.
After age 40 all-time, it's Carlton Fisk right at the top with 72. Let's see, in 683 of Barry Bonds. Use your San Diego State math.
Carry the one.
755.
Oh,
guess what? Hank Aaron has 755. Barry Bonds is on his way to doing it, and I think he will. I think he'll do one more than that. 756.
All right, time for a little comedy. Why hasn't Grady Little mowed his lawn all summer? Seems...
Go ahead.
Yeah, seems he didn't know how to pull the starter. Don't blow my line, buddy. Material courtesy of the Red Sox faithful. I couldn't write that stuff. I mean, really, faithful Sox fans living in New York in the belly of the beast. Meet the blowhards.
It's tough enough pulling for the Red Sox, and the past always seems to linger.
Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here in Game 7.
Let alone being a fan and living in enemy territory, to support the nation, they formed a group.
I'm James Beston Powers, owner, president of the Blowhouse, the benevolent, loyal order of honorable, ancient Red Sox die-hard sufferers of New York.
At the end of May, they rallied New Haven for the announcement that Nesson was added to their cable lineup.
The Red Sox ratings on Nesson are up 15% over the Yankee ratings on whatever that goes.
Twice annually, they hold a luncheon in Midtown Manhattan.
Being a Red Sox fan is wearing a badge of honor and a badge of courage. Nowhere is that more prevalent than behind enemy lines here in the Empire.
The blowhards range from young to old, but they all express the same feelings.
Don't like the Yankees because they buy pennants. Their fans get so obnoxious about winning, they have no character.
They feel they have some sort of championship entitlement, which I don't understand. I hate them.
Oh boy, from the blowhards to the evil empire, our friends at Fox Home Video and Lucas Video have gotten into the fray, sending the Yankees and Red Sox players and families these t-shirts commemorating the release of the Star Wars trilogy on DVD this September. What you got over there, Ken?
I've got the Yankees and Darth Vader. Now, did somebody say Evil Empire last fall?
Yeah.
Who was that? How come I got the Yankees? I'm going to be in trouble.
How come the Red Sox is the Empire Strikes Out? Yeah. Let's talk about 1998 now, shall we? The baseball season was near completion. Paul Molitor was at the plate. Dennis Eckersley was on the mound. It would be the last time the longtime rivals would face each other until this weekend. Appropriate that their willingness to assume different roles has landed them in the Hall of Fame together, Kevin.
Yeah, and Paul Molitor, one of the shortest, most compact swings in Major League Baseball, well over 3,000 hits. Paulie get number 3,000 right there.
Molitor has his 3,000th hit, and he's in with the triple.
And led Toronto, of course, to those World Championships, number 8 all-time. Dennis Eckersley, a great starter, 390 saves, 3rd all-time. I just remember Dennis Eckersley with that impeccable control. He would paint the outside corner and get you on that great, devastating slider.
All right, how about next year's class, 2005? Log on to foxsports.com and vote.
Slam
You're
dunk for me.
voting right now.
Wade Boggs for me, a slam dunk. Bruce Sutter, Sandberg, Rice deserves it, no question. Andre Dawson even deserves it. Bruce Sutter never gets enough credit, Jeannie, for throwing that split-fingered fastball. He was one of the guys that was dominant in his era.
All right, you happy with the T-shirt?
Well, I like yours.
All right, we need to get you out to the ball game. Very politically correct. If you're downplaying this as just another game, you're denying a reality. Yankees, Red Sox, it's coming at you. Just wait out the rain.
Cast this out this game, will you?
Speaking out of this world, how about the play of a certain birthday boy? At 40, Barry is a giant problem for the Red Hot Cardinals. Kevin, my problem right now, stealing my microphone time.
You're impeccable.
Big expectations, even bigger frustrations, Clyde, as the Phillies meet the Cubs. By the way, those of you waiting for the Red Sox and the Yankees, you'll sit through some Cubbies and some Phillies till the rain clears up. We'll bring you updates. Fox Saturday Baseball, your game of the week. Kevin?
Introducing the Sports List, the new show that counts down anything
and everything
in the world of sports.
The Sports List, weeknights on FSA.
See the 2004s now at Imperial Homes, Route 9, Eddington. The Media Stars home by Marlette Schultz is designed to accommodate all your family's needs. Look into the 42-inch plasma TV. The 204s now at Imperial Homes, Route 9, Eddington. Get yours now.
Let's see you top this.
Quirk Chevrolet is loaded with 2004 Chevy trucks. Right now, save not 10, not 12, but up to $13,000. 20-inch wheels move you? How about every accessory under the sun with savings up to $13,000? Jacked up yet? Wait till you see the savings on Silverados, Avalanches, and the all-new Colorado. Start a revolution when you turn the key on this SSR at Quirk Chevrolet, Hogan Road, Bangor. If you don't think Quirk Chevy can get you all jacked up, then you don't know Jack.
Viking Lumber.
David, this is Larry. Can I get a lift to lumber brought over right now? David, can I get that as soon as possible?
At Viking Lumber, old-fashioned service includes fast delivery right to the worksite.
Viking is your full-service steel chainsaw dealer. Homeowner or professional, there's a Steel for you. Steel, the world's largest selling brand of chainsaw.
Viking Lumber. Call us old-fashioned. We'll say thanks.
David, I forgot. I also need some more nails.
Hi, this is Jeff Reynolds from RecTech, inviting you to come in and spruce up your RV for the season at our Holden location, located on Route 1A on the Bahava Road. You may also call us ahead at 989-3324.
It's camping time. Be looking for the RecTech billboard sign. Having fun this summertime.
You're watching WFVX Fox 22 Bangor.
Cloudy Saturday in Philadelphia, and sold out Citizens Bank Park, the venue, as Fox Saturday Baseball presents the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies, both teams expecting a trip to the postseason. The Phillies a half game behind Atlanta in the National League East, and the Cubs probably have to start looking at the wild card. They're so far behind the Cardinals in the Central, but only one game behind the Padres and the Giants in the National League wild card standings. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Steve Lyons, I'm Tom Brenneman. Welcome, as always, to Baseball on Fox. When the season began, Steve, many thought Philadelphia was the team to beat in the National League East. They're right in the hunt with three other clubs right now. What do they have to do to win it?
Well, so far they've had so many injuries and they've had terrible starting pitching. And when you talk to Larry Boa, he says that's first and foremost. We got to get a better job out of our starters because we've been terrible. The other thing is they're not very good in clutch hitting situations. They do not hit the ball with guys on base. But they figure they have the best talent in this division, and they're poised right now to make a run at it.
Well, you talk about high expectations. Many believe the Cubs have the best team in the National League, if not all of baseball. They've had a huge number of injuries so far this year. They had a wild series, Steve, earlier in the week against St. Louis, and largely most of the attention centered on today's starter, Carlos Zambrano.
Well, he is the fieriest guy on this team, and, you know, quite frankly, they need it. The rest of this team feeds off of his energy. He's very emotional when he's out there pitching, but he's also got great stuff. He's 9-5 on the year. He has the 4th best ERA in the league, so he's not a guy that just goes out there and pitches with emotion. He has filthy stuff. He's a lot of fun to watch pitch.
Should be a lot of fun here today. We'll see how Zambrano bounces back after that game against St. Louis. Jim Thome back in the Philadelphia lineup today, as is slugging Sammy of the Cubs. The Chicago Cubs in the city of brotherly love to take on the Phils. First pitch next.
Fox Sunday. What can we say about Jane Kaczmarek and her 5th straight Emmy nomination?
Magnificent.
We couldn't have said it better. Catch her on Malcolm in the Middle. Then one man saw it coming. Like a well-oiled machine, the Simpsons are Emmy nominated again.
He knows just how I like my martinis. Full of alcohol.
And Arrested Development has Emmy caliber performances too.
Oh my God! We're having a fire sale!
It all starts at 7/6 Central, Fox Sunday. On the smash hit Simple Life 2, Paris and Nicole find work in a hair salon.
You won't feel a thing.
Now they're taking makeovers to the extreme.
I look like I got hit by a truck.
Simple Life 2, all new after quintuplets, Fox Wednesday. Trading Spouses, Fox's newest experiment in TV, has become a mother of a hit. But we're just getting started.
Hey, chill.
We switched moms from 2 very different families.
Things are gonna have to change.
And if you think things got tense before, you ain't seen nothing yet.
We're gonna eat healthy food. Boy, my world came crashing down.
See what all of America is talking about. Trading Spouses, meet your new mommy.
We're gonna do it the way I want to do it.
A special encore Monday and a new episode Tuesday at 8 on Fox.
This August, Fox takes home improvement to the extreme when these 8 couples move into 4 rundown Malibu condos.
Oh my God. There's no space!
They'll have 6 weeks to turn these dumps into dream homes.
Nobody's gonna sleep tonight.
They'll live here 24/7 and work in total chaos.
Bad! Really bad!
As they go face-to-face in a fierce renovation competition.
Open that door, I'll beat you sideways.
And everything needs to be done in time, under budget, and under pressure.
You're being stupid.
Make yourself useful and do something.
Which couple will survive to win it all?
You know what? Do everything yourself. All right, now you're talking, baby.
The Complex Malibu.
I'm exhausted, and I want to jump off this balcony.
Breaking ground this August on Fox.
30th sellout crowd of the season here at brand new Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. What a spectacular ballpark this is. They had a lot of rain here last night leading up to the ball game, although obviously they got it in. Philadelphia falling to the Cubs 5-1. And a very pleasant Saturday here today.
Just a beautiful place. My first opportunity to see this ballpark. It reminds me a lot of Camden Yards combined with the Jake in Cleveland. And anytime you can put those 2 parks together, you got a beautiful place to play.
Phillies taking the field, and here's Dusty Baker's starting lineup. The Cubs at 52 up, 44 down. Mark Resolanek at second. Corey Patterson in center. Sammy Sosa in right. Moises Alou in left. Derek Lee, the first baseman. Aramis Ramirez at third. Michael Barrett catching. Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop. Carlos Zambrano is on the mound. The Cubs lineup brought to you by Citibank. And on the mound for the Phillies, released earlier this year by Tampa Bay, and still looking for his first win, Paul Abbott.
Oh, he's looking for his first win in his last 8 starts. His last 8 decisions have been losses, 0-4 so far for the Phillies. 41% of the runs he gives up comes via the home run ball, so that's been really tough for him. Let's look at the scouting report on Paul Abbott. He's a sinker slider type pitcher. He's got to hit his spots. We hear that a lot. He does not blow guys away, and he doesn't trick you very much. His best pitch is going to be his changeup, and our old buddy Scooter is going to tell us exactly what a changeup is.
Hello, friends. It's Scooter. A changeup is just another word for a slow ball. While the batter is looking for a real fast pitch, the pitcher throws me really, really slow.
Kind of the way you do a game, Tom.
Really, really slow. Well, how about that? Scooter making his first appearance during one of our telecasts this season.
Scooter getting the opportunity to tell the kids how it's done.
Abbott, a 17-game winner, by far his best season in the major leagues back in 2001 with Seattle. He's bounced around since then after leaving the Mariners to Kansas City, Tampa Bay, where he won 2 games earlier this year. They turned him loose. And the Phillies, in dire need of consistent starting pitching, healthy starting pitching for that matter, picked him up.
Boy, believe it or not, the last time I saw Paul Abbott, me and our producer, Jeff Gowen, were on a flight to Las Vegas, and he was hanging out in the airport. So good to see him back in the big leagues.
Mark Grzelcyk, the Cubs second baseman, looks at a strike, and we are underway. Grzelcyk has missed a lot of time this season. Today, just his 28th game of the year. 261 batter, couple of home runs, and 9 runs batted in. 0-2.
What a nice pickup Todd Walker has been for this ball club, filling in for Grzelcyk during that injury period. Walker's always been able to swing the bat. Of course, he did a great job of that with the Red Sox last year. Had a little trouble defensively. They did not re-sign him, and the Cubs picked him up.
Injuries certainly have hurt the Cubs this season. A lot of teams are in that same boat as Grzelcyk pops it up. Comey in foul territory. 1 gone. Look at the Phillies defensively. They're excellent in the infield. With David Bell, Jimmy Rollins, Placido, Polanco, and Comey. In the outfield, Burrell, Leday, and Abreu. With a battery of Abbott and Todd Pratt. Larry Boa telling us before the ball game they don't have many ground ball pitchers. But when they do hit it on the ground, he loves his infield.
These guys can pick it. That is a problem, though, especially with this new ballpark. There's been a lot talked about the fact that they didn't think it would be quite as hitter-friendly as it is. And they have 4 of their 5 starting pitchers are fly ball type pitchers. They're really going to have to change the philosophy of the organization in order to get pitchers to fit this ballpark.
Corey Patterson, the young talented center fielder, hitting at 278, 11 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Offensive inconsistency has really led to the Cubs' downfall in the National League Central. Bounce foul. They were only 1 game out of first through the first 2 months of the season. Then the offense went south, and so did their place in the standings behind the red-hot St. Louis Cardinals. Cubs begin play 9 games behind St. Louis. Polanco up the middle will have to hurry. And a nice play to throw out the speedy Patterson. 2 gone.
Well, that's what Larry Boa talked about. If we can get some guys to throw ground balls, we have guys out there that can catch them. Polanco does a nice job ranging to his right. Remember, Patterson can fly. He knows he's got to get this off quickly, so he goes off the other foot, spins and fires, and gets him by a half a step. Nice play. And that's really what I meant by a change in philosophy for the organization. This team is going to have to start drafting a lot more pitchers and a lot more sinker ball type pitchers. You're going to have no trouble attracting big-time free agents that can hit the ball to this ballpark. The tough part is going to be to attract a pitcher to this ballpark, unless he is a guy that throws a lot of ground balls.
Sammy Sosa really struggling in the 30 games since coming back from the disabled list. He was out with a sprained ligament in his lower back. Was activated June the 18th and has only hit .245 since returning. 0-2 to Sosa. A ball and 2 strikes.
I've noticed 2 differences for Sammy Sosa since he's come back. He's always stood a long way off the plate, but he made himself a great hitter by diving towards the ball and driving the ball the other way. Now he's further off the plate and spinning away from it.
Abbott made a mistake in the air down the left field line, and it is gone. Mistake made on a 2-strike pitch by Abbott, and Sosa clubs number 20.
This is amazing right here, Tommy, because this is what we talked about. This is not a great swing by Sammy Sosa. He's spinning on this one, too. The difference is that ball gets left in the inner half of the plate. Watch right here. Stop it at point of contact. This is a ball where Sammy's already spinning off the ball there, but it's okay because the ball catches up with him right in his own hitting zone. Sammy's always going to be best when he's going opposite field. Well, look at him spin on that back foot. But because that ball hangs out over the middle of the plate on the inner half, he just hammers it into left field on a very easy ballpark to hit home runs in.
12 straight years now for Sosa with 20 or more home runs. Of course, he is the all-time franchise leader in home runs, going by the Hall of Famer Ernie Banks the second week of his season.
Sammy hit a home run in this ballpark last night to dead center field, where they say that's still the toughest park. At least it plays fair in this park to center field. Didn't quite get it all. It was off the end of his bat, and it still hit at the base of this wall out there. Right there in center field.
Now perhaps the hottest Cub of them all, Moises Alou. He's down a strike. Here's a home run you were talking about last night.
You can see that his front hip kind of spun out of that one, too, but the same situation. He caught it off the end of his bat, but the guy's so enormously strong.
It gives you an idea about how badly Sosa has gone. The home run last night, the home run today, his second and third since coming off the disabled list. He only has 6 RBIs in the last month. Alou pulls it into left center field, and Burrell's got it to end the inning. Sosa, solo home run to give the Cubs an early 1-0 lead.
Will my car be ready this afternoon like you promised?
Yes.
Will you use a bunch of lingo I won't understand?
No.
Will you try to sell me something I really don't need?
No.
Do you like Broadway show tunes?
No.
It's peak driving season. Come to Midas for great value and service every day. Lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes are just $89.95 installed. And they're guaranteed for as long as you own your car. For mechanics known for their work and their word.
Trust the Midas touch.
I really wanted to switch to singular rollover so I could keep my minutes and not